Hello, hope you're doing alright on this Thursday night. I'm back. We're going to try and finish off Lost Horizon if we can. That game where we were looking for, was it the, that secret place, Shambhala. We've got to find a key that's hidden somewhere in, well, as it turned out, somewhere in Germany apparently. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to be playing some more Lost Horizon, hopefully getting to the end of it tonight. I don't know how quickly, so there might be other things we have to do tonight afterwards. We will wait and see. But for now, well, let's get on with it. Let's get into the game and see what's going on. Here it is. Here we are. So yeah, last time out we arrived here at this kind of museum where there's like some sort of reception going on in there. We're not actually interested in going there, but
medalist reception.
that's where all the gold medalists from the Olympics are hanging out.
Pray no one ever realizes he really shouldn't be.
Yeah, let's hope nobody realizes that he cheated. There's a display case here.
This display case contains equipment from an expedition to Tibet, led by a certain Ernst Schaefer 2 years ago. A small movie camera.
Oh yeah, there was something I wasn't trying to fix because the music's too loud.
Along with some climbing equipment.
The music's far too loud. It goes over all the speech. See if we can fix that. Settings. Audio here. The music's too high. I think we have to just take that down a touch. Maybe take the background down a bit as well. And then we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that should be fine. Because yeah, the music, let's try that now.
This display case contains equipment from an expedition to Tibet.
Sounds a little bit better. It's a little clearer, I think.
Schaefer 2 years ago. A small movie camera and a few bits of clothing, along with some climbing equipment.
Climbing equipment? Can we try and get in there?
It's closed, but I can't see a lock.
So we have to find some way to open that. What have we got here? We've got a table. Looks like there's a bottle of champagne and a glass. Do we need those? Sometimes you need those things, right?
A bottle of champagne and a glass. If the plonk were cheaper, it'd be the spit of my bedside table.
Yeah, aye. Take it. Grab a champagne bottle, could be useful. Grab a glass too. Now what else have we got there? These are just tables, nothing interesting on them. We've got some paintings. It's like a yak, is it?
Yak on a mountainside.
It is, it's a yak.
What an appropriate title.
Looks like we've got a cloakroom. Looks like we can take something maybe.
Cloakroom.
The music still seems a bit loud.
Scarf could prove useful at some point.
We've got a scarf. Okay. Oh, there's a guy.
Ooh, almost got caught there.
Yeah, the music's still too loud. Who's that guy? Anyway, he almost caught me there, but we were alright. Alright, so what else have we got here? We got, remember as well, you can look at stuff. There's a champagne glass.
Cork in this glass.
Remember as well, you can look at stuff and
I'll have that, shall I?
potentially take apart the things that are in there too.
Champagne corks isn't one of my hobbies, but I'll hold on to the little wire cap.
Okay. And then we've got a barrier that apparently we can pick up.
I'll just take the red... No, what the hell? I'll take the
Oh, we could maybe block
bloody
that so
thing with
nobody
me.
comes out
Why
and
not?
catches me. Maybe we can block this door so nobody comes out to catch us. No. Wait, I think I just went to that. I don't want to do that. I want to...
These people need to learn how to hold their bladders.
We'll make them stay
We
in.
used to go 48 hours with our legs crossed in intensive training. Let's just close this whole area off.
There we go. So now we shouldn't get anyone else coming out while we're trying to do stuff. Right, what have we got here? We've got a door. Well, we've got two doors. One's a
Looks
cupboard,
like
apparently.
A small cupboard. Well, no, it's definitely a small cupboard. I mean, just look at it. It's cupboard shaped.
It's cupboard shaped and it's small. Those are the telltale signs of a small cupboard.
The cupboard door is locked.
Oh, I wonder if we could use... Can we do anything with the wire?
The wire cork cap.
Can I use that, like, to...
It's a pretty basic lock. I should be able to get it open.
Using the wire, yeah. Oh, there we go. What have we got in there? We've got...
This cupboard is full of cleaning supplies. I'll take a mop and... Yes, why not? A jar of hydrochloric acid.
Why do they have hydrochloric acid in a cleaning cupboard, exactly? Do we know?
A heavy door.
Alright.
Surprise. It's locked.
We've still got the... Oh, we don't have the wire anymore. Can we melt the door lock with the hydrochloric acid, maybe? Well, apparently we can.
Through the lock.
Fair enough. Open that door and let's see what's in here then. Oh,
I
we've
have been
got,
searching
oh,
these
there's some
exhibits for
people
over
here.
3 hours. Where's the Piri-Reis map?
It's the bad people.
As I told
the
you,
bad
Countess,
guys.
most of your research material was moved to
Can I
Wavelsburg
adjust
Castle
this
last
volume
week.
slightly?
I am personally affronted that
should
you
be
will
alright.
exploit my absence in this way. You will
They were
regret
exploiting her
this,
absence.
Schauberger.
What does she mean?
Maintain your composure, Countess. This decision was out of my hands. My research could be conducted at any of a number of sites throughout the country, and to
Right.
be honest, I was far from thrilled about being moved to a laboratory in the center of the city.
The fact that I was not informed of this move remains absolutely unacceptable. Who gave the order?
Who ordered this to happen?
It came from the very top, from the minister himself, or
Oh, well, there you go.
so I've heard.
Someone who's got more authority.
Are you surprised? I heard that some of your so-called brothers of the Order carry a great deal of weight with the minister, and they convinced him to move your research to the castle.
It's been moved
You
to
should
Castle
know that I'm by
Wolfenstein.
no
wait.
means a member of the Thule Society. They merely pay me for my scientific expertise.
Whatever you say.
What's
In
happening?
any case, your
Yes.
mysticism-loving friends apparently decided that this museum was no longer a suitable location for their club.
So they decided to move on
And
from
they
the
presented
museum.
the
So did they
castle near
move all the other
Paderborn
stuff?
to
It
the
sounds like they
minister
moved
as
the
a fitting alternative.
item we're looking for.
He was so taken with the idea that the move was made immediately. Your exhibit items and documents were packed up
It's all
and
been
taken
moved.
directly to Wavelsburg Castle.
That's not handy, is
In
it?
return, my employees and I were forced to move from the pastoral Brandenburg countryside to the city so that the military command can keep a closer eye on our
So they
work.
can't
How
sneak around anymore.
unfortunate. But the fact remains that one of the exhibit items, the
Sad for them.
Piri-Reis map, is absolutely vital to my research.
That sounds
I shall
like
go to
you'll
the
just have to
ministry
go to the
resolve
castle.
the issue in person before
and get
setting
the
out
thing.
immediately for Paderborn. You there, battalion leader.
What's he doing?
Yes, Frau Countess.
Guard this bag until I return from the ministry.
Oh, sounds like something we might have to
Its
try and
contents
steal.
are extremely valuable. If necessary, you are to defend it with your life. Do I make myself clear?
Jawohl, Frau Countess.
Okay, it's the evil countess. What do we have here anyway?
That's got to be the
Doesn't
Iron
look like
Dragon.
there's a way down from this platform.
Sounds like the Piri-Reis map, however.
Oh, we can maybe climb down
is
that.
now in some castle near Paderborn.
But there's two
Countess
guys
von
too.
Hagenhild is gone. We can begin the test.
What have they got here? What's that box on the wall? Oh, let's see what they're testing.
All displays check out. Let's get started.
What are they testing here?
Please set the power to the lowest level. We don't want things flying around the room.
What? So if we set it to the highest level, things will be flying around the
I am
room.
now activating the drive impulse. It would be best to hold on to something.
Right, what's going on? What have they made? They've made green mist. Doesn't appear to be doing anything, at least not yet. It is spinning, and doesn't
So
look like it's
far, so good.
pulling something in.
Please cut the power supply now.
So what's that drawing in, do we think? Power's off?
Excellent.
Wait, so
My
if the
friend,
top
our
position's
new
power off,
aircraft
why is
will
the
soon make
lowest power
history.
level at the bottom?
Let's check the conduits. Even
Oh,
the
some sort of jet
smallest
engine?
leak during our next test could ruin everything.
Some sort of engine for something? Okay. So we're not entirely
Okay,
sure.
This is my chance. I need to get my hands on the eye.
Doesn't look like there's an easy way to get down there. What's this box on the wall?
A red metal box.
Looks like we can interact with it. Let's have a look.
Damn, the handle was loose. It broke off.
We got a handle. I don't see a way down here. There's the railing, but I mean you can't just jump off there. Do we have nothing there? There was mountaineering equipment in that thing. I wonder if we can break it open with this handle, maybe. Like smash that so that we can get what we need. Just thinking there was
I'll shove
climbing
the
gear
handle
there, wasn't
between
there?
The lid and the frame of the display case. Give it a little jerk and
Popped it open.
Sesame.
Nice. What have we got in there?
Just borrow a piton from the
Piton?
mountain climbing equipment. The movie camera looks like junk.
Camera's rubbish, apparently.
I'm not too keen on owning a pair of Ernst Schaefer's old woolen socks.
Okay, so we got like a thing for climbing. So maybe we can use that to like position something for climbing. What do I have in my inventory? I don't really have anything that I can use. Wait, did I not? Something's missing that I picked up from here. Maybe I need to do it again. Because that guy came out when I took something from here, didn't he?
It's summer. No one really needs a beautiful scarf like
Yeah, he said he was taking the scarf and then he didn't. It must have been because that guy was hanging about. So maybe we can climb with the scarf? So if we attach the scarf to this...
It's worth a try. Tying the scarf to the piton may open up...
So we could use that for, like, climbing? Hook on scarf. We need to reach somewhere with it to get over the edge, or to have it give us a long enough reach. Probably the mop then.
I'll use the scarf to tie the piton to the mop handle.
So then, okay, so we've got a long hook that we can use, and I guess we can maybe use that to get to something. Can we get down to the console using this?
If I'm careful, I should be able to use this to move the lever upwards without anyone noticing.
The lever's already upwards. Oh, if I turn the power on this, they're gonna... They mean down, right? Because the guy was standing behind it, not on the other side of it. It's gonna get the thing working.
Low setting or maximum power?
The trouble is we need to hit
I'm
this.
more a maximum power kind of guy.
No maximum power. We need to be able to hit this. Do you think he'd be good at shooting a cork out of a bottle? How are we gonna get... Well, let's try. Maybe
Nothing could be simpler.
we shoot the cork at the console, maybe.
When I was a kid,
And then this
I
hits
used
the
to
button.
practice this at
He's
my
gonna have to be
parents'
pretty bloody
video
good with this
site.
shot, mind you.
Just give it
Apparently
a
he's been
shake,
practicing.
And then aim it like a K98 rifle.
Let's see.
What's happening?
Oh,
Hold
what
on
is
to
happening?
something.
Oh my god.
What's going on out there?
Anyone that comes in here is going to get pulled into it.
You know, sometimes I can be really mean. Is the urge to laugh maniacally a bad sign?
Oh, I wonder if we can get that door open now.
I can't open it without the handle.
This noise is really... So the sound effects are a bit loud as well, I think. Let's just do that down a bit. Sound effects maybe down just a touch. Let's try that. Because we can't hear him speaking. It says we can put that, we can use the handle on this box. The handle just came off though. Maybe because this is all pulling stuff in, it'll be a bit easier.
To the door. Hope
Maybe.
it's still open. Bingo. Oh, it's just a fire hose.
It's a fire
I was
hose.
hoping it'd be the Piri Reis map or something.
Maybe I can... But maybe I can use the fire hose. I can tie it on here and maybe get out of the room or something. Go down there and see what's happening. We tie it to the railing, does that help? Can we then like throw it over there and use it as like a slide? And then we'll take the fire hose. Oh, what happened there? The sound went off.
What should I do with the loose end?
The audio kind of went weird there, and then the game kind of... If we do the loose end, I don't know, launch it through that door.
I can use the hose to make my way across to the office.
Because we can't walk across there. How the hell did you do that?
I spy with my
Oh, I suppose
little
because the
eye.
thing was pulling it, yeah. Okay. Can we close this door? No. Got some things. There's that briefcase that she left, though, that she didn't want us to see.
I'll take the eye and get the hell out of Berlin. I can use the fire hose again to get back into the museum. Then I'll have to travel to this Wavelsberg castle.
Wavelsberg Castle.
Without the Piri Reis map, the Eye of the Dragon is worthless. The map's the only way
Okay.
to find the second key to the gate to Shambhala.
But that's what we're looking for. We're looking for the gate to Shambhala. Can we get there? Don't know, but it looks like we've taken what we need. Oh, this was the guy. Remember, he was a bit dodgy. Seemed a bit dodgy last time, like he'd sent
What
people
is
to
it,
die.
Huxley? Well, sir, a certain Mr. Kleist would like to speak with you. He showed up unannounced and is somewhat overbearing. Shall I send him away?
I think he might be involved in
Certainly
the
not.
Thule
Send him in.
Society, maybe. We know that
You may stay seated, Governor. I have no wish
there
to
are people
take
from a
up too much
variety
of
of
your
varied
valuable
places
time.
involved in all that
And
nonsense.
what is it I can do for you?
You have already done something for me. No additional soldiers were sent to Tibet.
Those were your conditions.
Indeed. But it seems that perhaps I need to explain those conditions a little more clearly. There was to be no interference from your side at all.
He sent
Don't understand.
he sent Fenton.
Paddock, was it really necessary to set your dog on us? Does your son
Fenton
mean so
Paddock.
little to you,
Set your dog on
Governor?
us. It's Fenton.
You promised to give me some sign that he's still alive.
All in good time. Pray instead that
Fenton.
we can eliminate Paddock quickly.
Fenton.
And I'm warning you
Fucking
for the
hell.
last time. Stay out of this. Have a pleasant evening, sir.
Alright. He seemed a bit dodgy now, I'm not so sure. Like he sent Fenton Paddock to cause trouble
Is
for
there
people.
anything I can do for you, Governor?
I severely doubt it, Huxley.
Pardon me for asking, sir, but who was that gentleman?
That, Huxley, was the devil's
The
emissary.
devil's emissary.
And
My
I find
God.
myself involved with him.
How am I to understand that, sir?
It is
Just
probably
what he
best
says.
that you don't, Huxley. Just hope, as I do, that Fenton's mission will be a success. It may be
Maybe he's
all
not
we
bad,
have
but
left.
it seemed like he was. It seemed like he was not wanting to. Like he was hiding messages from the guy we rescued. Maybe he didn't want anyone else to know yet. Maybe he didn't want that guy to know. That might explain things, I guess. We're going to Wewelsburg. Wewelsburg? There it is, look. There's the castle, I guess. Got its own private train station. And we got a guy there.
What a very pleasant journey. A bite to eat in the restaurant car, a few bottles of Bavarian beer, and a good snooze.
A few beers
I
and a
need to get to
snooze, nice.
Wavelsburg Castle as quickly as possible.
Well, that's chained.
I've still got a head start over the Countess, but I'll need it to find the Piri-Reis map before she gets here. The station guard must know the way.
Probably through that gate. That looks like a tunnel, in fact.
Excuse me.
Good evening, sir.
Because it goes
What
into the
brings you here so late
hillside,
in
so
today?
I'm guessing it's an underground path. I'm touring Central Europe and I'd very much like to visit the famous Wewelsburg Castle.
I'm a tourist, and rather than go to the Olympic Games or visit one of Germany's many outstanding cities with their bars
Why would
and
you visit in
restaurants
the
and
middle of the
women,
night?
I decided to visit the famous Wewelsburg Castle instead. I'm beginning to wonder why, but I'm stuck here now. Do you know the quickest way to get there?
I'm very sorry, sir. Wewelsburg Castle is closed to
The
visitors right now.
Wewelsburg Castle is
You're
closed.
No, you're really not, are you? I've endured quite a ride just to come see this bloody thing.
I've
what a
travelled
shame.
all that way in the
But
train.
the castle has been under military control for some weeks now, sir.
The-
All of the access routes have been sealed off, and the guards are patrolling the castle surroundings.
So I can't even sneak
Why
in, is what you're
exactly
saying.
is that?
I find it better not to ask. Besides,
probably
I
right.
was only
Welcome in,
posted
Father
to the
Demon.
station a month ago.
This is stupid. What do I do now?
Well, let's
Well,
have a look
you are not
around
the
maybe
first
and see if we can
person
find
who
anything
dropped by
else.
wanting to visit the castle in the last couple of days. I'd advise you to wait for the next train. There's one going to Paderborn in 2 hours. I'm afraid there's not much you can do here to kill the time.
Just stand
The
around,
station
aye.
building is closed due to renovations.
Can't go inside.
Hence why I am standing outside in this awful weather. You could, of course, take a walk to Buren. It's not far away.
How far?
There's a road leading directly into town from this crossroad. The guest house at the market should be open. You could warm up a bit and wait for the train there.
You know, I think I'll just enjoy some fresh air after the long train journey.
Enjoy the
Even
fresh
if it
air in
is
the rain.
raining cats and dogs. Is it okay if I wait here?
Of course, sir.
Thanks.
Right, let's see what we can find.
Damn. Now what? The castle's
can
right
see the
there.
castle, it's
There's
there.
got to be another way in.
I don't know, let's take a look around over towards this. There's a carriage, there's a sign, although it looks like it's covered in crap. Let's see if we can clear it and see what it says. It's like some sort of staff
I'll try and
entrance or
scratch the
something.
moss away.
It's got
There it
a
is. 2 tools crossed.
hammer and
A
an
hammer
axe.
and a pickaxe. This is either a mine or the Center for Dyslexic Soviets.
No. What? What? It's clearly a mine entrance. Although that's a
Some
bit weird, isn't
facts
it,
on
near that
local history.
castle?
According to this, The castle was built in
11th
the 11th
century castle.
The text refers to many renovations and extensions, as well as changes in ownership. Hang on a minute. This could be interesting. The mountain under the castle has an old tunnel system.
There we go. So it used to be ore
Was
mined.
mined there from the 18th century
but
onwards. The lords of the castle
there was obviously a way in
used
and out,
passages of the mines
I guess.
as a
Who's
hiding
getting
place
there
or
somehow?
escape route during times of siege.
Pretty heavy chain on that
However,
though.
the tunnels were closed down just before the war. That means there was once a connection between the mine and the castle. Maybe it still exists.
Or we can make it exist once again, maybe. What else do we have here? We've got an axe. Can I take the axe?
The station guard won't be happy if I remove his firefighting equipment.
We've got a memorial cross of some kind.
It's a memorial cross. Seen better days.
Got some candles on
There
it.
are some candles burning on the pedestal in front of it.
We're going to need a source of
I'm
light if we do
sure
get in there,
nobody
so
will
maybe I'll take a
mind if I
candle.
take a candle with me.
Do we have here... What's this thing? Oh, could we... If we release that, he'll go chasing after it.
This rope prevents the handcar from rolling onto the main track.
How would we release that? We've only got... What? Maybe we can burn the rope.
I should be able to burn through the rope.
It's the only thing I
Then
could
the
use.
handcar
And then that
will
rolls
roll
off
past
and then
the
he'll go
platform.
chasing after it.
That should keep
And
the
that'll
guard
let me get the
occupied for
axe,
a
I
moment
guess.
or two.
Can we
Then
use
I'll
the
have
axe
some
to break the
peace and
chain?
quiet to find the entrance to the mine. Let's go.
What else do we have here? Is that? Does that light on the back of the train, is that any use?
Halt!
Ghosts! Mate, there's ghosts! Chase the ghosts! Alright, that'll let us get hold of his axe that we couldn't have taken while he was standing there. Is that box anything?
long as no
Is
one
it a
complains,
sweet
Do
dispenser?
what you like.
I don't have any cash to use them dispensing sweets. Maybe we can get one with the axe.
I need a coin.
I don't have a coin. What else have we got? There's a carriage, there's a lantern on the end of the train. Can we have that?
One of the train's rear lanterns. It's screwed securely to the carriage.
And knock it off with an axe.
It's good to get rid of some pent-up aggression every
Kind of
now
look
and
around
again.
at all the things and, you know, you're like, oh, that looks, the fact that it's telling you it's there makes you think it must be something. I guess we can light it with the use the candle inside it to light it. A lot of these old kind of lantern type things would have like candles in them, and I guess we can try and cut the chain with the axe. Guy's gonna know though, isn't he?
Impossible. I can't get it off by hand.
Yeah, I said use the axe.
One powerful blow to this rusty chain.
Did I not
should
click
be
the
enough.
axe and then that? The guy's gonna know though. We're gonna have to find a way to keep the entrance shut surely, because he's gonna bring that thing right back to there. And then he's gonna be like, this door's open.
Christ, it's a bloody maze down here.
Of course
I've
it
got
is.
no choice. It's my only way into the castle. Besides, in my experience, you find the most useful things in the queerest places.
Do you? Aye. Well, let's have a look. We gotta follow the path here. So I guess if we stick to the left-hand side, left-hand wall, maybe we'll find it, the way in. As is often the case with these maze-like sections. Is there anything useful here? I feel like we're just walking along in a straight line here and not finding anything. Oh, there's a wall. Okay, we'll follow the tracks, I guess. Hearing a weird noise. Okay. I mean, all I'm doing is following tracks. We've got a bit of a maze here, really. Let's just stick to the path. Oh, the tracks have ended. What's down here? At this stage, I'm going to have to go snooping about. There's a skeleton here, look.
Poor guy. Let's hope I don't end up like him. This place is a maze.
There's a pot next to the skeleton. So we've got like a pan. What else can we do? Maybe... Is there anything up the way? Don't know, maybe up there? Do you know what, let's just follow the main route. I just feel like No, let's go and have a look up here. Let's go and have a look up here and see if there's anything useful up here. It just looks like another long path that could take us anywhere. Let's go and see what. Seeing as we were continuing to the right and go deeper into the thing, maybe we'll just continue this way for now because that's taking us back the way we came from. We got a dead end here. But there's cobbled stone on the ground here. That would suggest that this is more to do with the castle, surely. That's had like some stones put on it to kind of make it a more regular floor, and we got some stairs. Does that get us where we think it is?
Stairs lead up to the castle.
Does that take us to the castle?
Or some nice young German.
Let's hope it
girl
doesn't take us to
bedroom.
the second place, shall we?
I think I've ended up in the castle. I
Well, that
never
was
thought
lucky.
this would actually work. Lucky there's no one here.
Yeah, it is. It's very
This is
lucky.
some kind of workshop. I suppose it'd be too much to ask to climb out of the mines and run straight into the map. Well, exploring never gets boring. That is what they say, isn't it?
Somebody might. I've never heard it personally, but what do we got? We got a curtain. Pull the curtain. Doing a bit of curtain jerking. What have we got here? We've got a nutcracker.
I always wanted one of these
Could be handy.
style nutcrackers.
Anything else of use? A dirty mirror. Well, I can have the dirty mirror as well. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. There's a hook there.
There's a hook here.
Can we like clamp down with the nutcracker's teeth on the hook and unscrew it?
Of course. I can just use the nutcracker to unscrew the hook. Why didn't
It's the only
think
thing
of
I could see that I
before?
might have been able to use to unscrew
I'll
something.
jam the
He never
hook
had it
into his
before.
mouth. And then unscrew it like a pair of pliers.
What else have we got? We got a fireplace. Let's have a
A
look.
fire's burning. Very cozy.
That might suggest someone's there. We got some Postman Pat. Nice.
This fire would be comforting. If I wasn't deep behind enemy lines on
Postman
a
Pat.
life or death
Postman
mission.
Pat. And his black and white cats. Hello, Suncard. How are you? Early in the morning.
Just as
Oh, there's a hand drill.
dawning,
Nice.
he picks up all those
Post bags in his van. He got them. He got his post bags in his van. Okay, what now? Anything on the shelf here? No. There's a bucket. There's a stool. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing all right. Game's going okay. Yeah, I've not long come back into it, so
the inventory.
getting there. We've just found a castle full of bad guys.
Catalog the objects from Berlin.
Okay, but it is essential that we finish the inventory today.
But we're not going to be able to
The
sneak
remaining
past them, I
exhibits
wouldn't
will
have
be
thought.
arriving from
So
Berlin
far it's
tomorrow.
going okay though.
Jawohl, Herr Feldwebel.
Got a suit of armour in front of us. I'm guessing I can't just walk in there.
Did he say inventory? Maybe it says where the Piri Reis map is stored. If only I could get a look over his shoulder.
Yeah, how are we going to do that? Can we get anything off the suit of armour? Maybe
I
we can
can't
dress
lug
up in
an
the armour.
entire set of armor around with me for 3 reasons.
Mhm.
First, it's dead heavy. Second, it'll make me look silly. And third, this is supposed to be a stealth mission. I'll just
It's a
take the
sneaking mission.
gauntlets, because they're cool.
Okay, it's going okay so far. What else do we have here? A small table.
A small wooden table. I'll take some
It's got
with
some
me
tin
as
soldiers
backup,
on it.
in case I get caught.
Oh yeah, we can use some tin soldiers in case we get caught. I'm sure that makes sense. Candle holder, can we take that? There's a wild boar pelt that it's saying I can take. Look, it's got the little hand symbol.
Well, it's not our Gali, but it'll do.
It's not a galley, but it'll do. What have we got here? A passageway, we got the workshop. Can we combine some stuff here to do something, maybe? I feel like I don't want to go deeper into the...
I can hear voices in that direction.
Oh, I can't go deeper
Better
in
steer
anyway.
clear.
It's been a very calm day for you. What have you been up to? Can we do anything back in the workshop then? That's the way we came in, through that door. Can we do anything else? Wait, what are these tin salt? Could we... I'm trying to think what we could... We could melt these probably, I'm not sure.
I hope you like your new home, guys.
Melt these down. Go on the fireplace, maybe.
Sorry, guys, but sacrifice is just an intrinsic part of war. That was quick. They've melted down like butter.
You've been trying to come up with a design for a store, graphic design stuff, and enjoying some music. Nice. Can maybe make something.
I'll pour some of the molten tin into the hollow in the
Out of that.
candlestick.
Get some tin and a candlestick. And we should be able to pull whatever we've just made, the tin
Don't
we've
ask
just
me
made
how I
out.
did it, but I've bored out the solidified tin.
Branding can be a bit of a puzzle
It's now a
sometimes.
lovely
It can be difficult, I suppose,
round
because you
shape.
need to kind of know what you're targeting
Almost
and
like
then
a
what kind of
coin,
fits
I'd say.
better. What kind of fits best with that. Well, we got a coin. Remember, we needed a coin for the machine at the
I
train
know how to get
station.
to the station, and I've seen all there is to see in the mine. I'll take the quick route.
Oh, he's going to go quickly straight out, is he? Oh, nice, okay. And the guy's still not back from chasing that handcart. You're not 100% certain what direction you want the design to take. It can be difficult, can't it? Because a lot of it, as I say, a lot of it does depend on the kind of target, doesn't it?
What do
Who
you
you
know?
who you
It
kind of want
actually
to
worked.
use it.
I could make a mint. Get it? Because I'm making money to use in a sweet. You know what? Never mind. 4 fizzy sweets fell out the bottom.
Okay. We got some sherbet lemons. Maybe we can maybe use that for something. Get some
I'll
water.
pour some water into the pot.
Oh, you know, we could probably make. Can we make some kind of
The
cleaning?
sweets are dissolving in the water.
We needed to clean this mirror. You want a simpler concept, something straightforward, yeah. And that can be difficult, can't it? Because then you start doing things and you kind of start looking at. We've got a wild boar pelt we
I've
could maybe
soaked
use
the
as a
pelt
cloth.
with lemon water.
Use that as a cloth. Lemon water, we can clean the dirty
Spick
mirror.
and span.
I've got a clean mirror now. Maybe we can use that in some way to sneak a look at that guy's stuff.
I think I know the route pretty well now. Nothing interesting left in the mine. I'll head straight up to the castle.
Straight to the castle, no messing around. Okay, so we've got ourselves a clean mirror. We've got a guy there. We've got a door to the outside.
Nice view.
Oh, it's very wet though, very windy. Yeah, it can be difficult to work out exactly what you want to do. I know there's like sites you can use to
I see.
help build a site, but sometimes they're
trees.
not that helpful.
The telescope's pointing toward the forest, and I can't turn it. It seems to have rusted.
Rusted. Can we clean it with some lemon water? No. Can we undo
The telescope's attached with a metal
the
clamp.
loose? Yeah, I was going to say drill a hole
Maybe
to make
I
it
can
looser.
loosen it with the drill.
I'm never the best person to come up with ideas for these things. Necessarily. We've got a telescope, there's nothing else here. Some windows. Now, if we could somehow... Oh, he's got a mirror there, look. Could we combine the telescope with the mirror, make some kind of periscope? Can I hang this mirror somewhere? I was just thinking if I could... Oh wait, there's a crack in the wall. If I hook this, I can maybe hook the mirror up onto that.
I'll screw the hook into the crack.
That'll allow us to hang the other mirror, almost like a kind of periscope type thing, where that'll see that mirror and then we'll see what he's looking at.
Okay, I'll hang the mirror up here.
And then if I use the telescope to look at the mirror, it should let me see it in fairly good quality.
Praise be the laws of optics. I can make out
He's somehow got
every
the
word.
perfect angle
If
to
the
view that.
soldier would just move his hand a little to the side, then perfect. There it is. Exhibit 104C. The Piri Reis map, stored in the crypt in the North Tower.
Okay, so we need to be getting to the North Tower
The problem
somehow.
with answers is they always
where
give
do we
rise
go?
to new questions. Where the devil is the North Tower?
Good question. Let's go outside, see if we can work it out, maybe. Is there anything we can see? see the village. There's a chimney. What can we see if we look at the village with a telescope, maybe?
That's better. Now I can make out the individual buildings.
Oh yeah. The church got sometimes these sorts of buildings have got like a thing on the spire, maybe.
The village church. Wait a moment. Churches always point west, don't they?
Churches always point
With the
west.
altar in the east. The main
Okay.
entrance is facing away from me. So, looking at the church, the two small towers to my left and right must be on the east-west axis.
So that must be the North Tower, then.
Tower must be on the other side of the castle.
Based on him knowing
How
about
am I
which way
supposed to
churches
get
face.
all the way over there.
How do we get there? That's a good question. Let's take this back down so nobody thinks it's suspicious.
I'll take it down again.
So we need to find a way somehow to get up and over and into that tower.
A fire's burning. Very cozy.
That looks like, it almost looks like that's a ladder or something inside the fireplace. Maybe it's a secret passage. Maybe we can put it out somehow. Pot's got no more water in it. That's soaked though. Can we put the fire out with the lemon
I think
pelt?
I can safely put the fire out now. I'll just throw the skin over.
Looks like that might be a ladder. It could just be part of the
Great.
chimney, but
The
let's have
fire's
a look.
out. Though it now smells like a wild pig's marital sty in here.
That's not so good. There's something... Can we move so I can see what's there? There's something in the fireplace. Can I look at that? Yeah, there we go.
Now the fire's out, I can see the ladder rungs more clearly. They
So we've got a
definitely lead up
ladder
to the roof.
inside the chimney. For people cleaning the chimney, I guess. Can we climb up them?
The ladder rungs are still too hot to hold.
But that's fine. We had some gloves. Some
The gloves
armoured
should protect
gloves.
me from the heat. Climbing up the chimney to steal people's treasured possessions.
Mm.
I'm like the
What?
anti-Santa. Only
The
triple.
anti-Santa.
Luckily, I'm not afraid of heights.
It's probably
Or
just
as
as
we've
well, because
established,
that's a hell of
Anything at all.
a long way to go.
Apart from Argalis. And Kim, when she's in a huff.
Just go over to that North Tower, mate. Stop whining. This might take a while. You think about how wet and probably quite windy that is. Standing on that roof would be horrible. It would be terrifying, surely. One extra strong gust of wind and you're going straight off the side of there into the middle. Good news is though, the guards can't see me up here. It's very slow.
I'll try to get in through one of the windows.
I hope you can.
Okay, I've reached the North Tower, but I don't see any ancient research objects or artifacts.
I've got
The
a locked
inventory said
door.
the items are kept in the crypt.
Oh god, it's one of those on the ground.
Thinking about it, this doesn't really look like a crypt to me. It must be one floor lower. I'll have to find a way down.
It's one of those symbols. We've got a crank wheel. Can we do that?
Let's see if the crank handle still works.
Okay, that lowers the light. I'm not sure that's particularly handy to me though.
It's damn heavy. I ought to use the crank if I want to get it back up.
Can we maybe... We've got that drill. Can we make a hole in that horrible symbol in the middle of the floor?
Let's attack this thing.
Good idea. Let's do that. 35 minutes later.
There. I've drilled a small hole.
Yeah, because we can potentially lift that. Oh, I haven't taken the hook. Shit. I need that hook. I just thought if I can hook that onto the thing, I can maybe lift the it said it's a stone slab. I can
I'll
maybe
unscrew
lift the
the
slab.
hook.
No, we don't want to go out there. We want to go back to the chimney. The good news is, once we've been somewhere, we can double click it, and we don't have to. We don't have to like walk the whole distance. Thankfully, I think we can lift that if we like screw this hook into there. We can lift it up with the chandelier.
I've screwed the hook into the drill hole. It's lodged pretty tight.
Said we needed to get down to the floor below, so. Do we need to do anything with it?
It's damn heavy.
Just crank it again?
I ought to use the
Crank that. There's no way we're getting anywhere else.
Old dog, you've done it again.
Oh, what a shame.
The chandelier is attached to the hook, which is screwed into the slab in the floor. When I turn the crank,
Perfect.
the whole thing comes away.
It's just
Shame there's
situated
nobody
there.
here to
I'm sure that
congratulate me.
normally that would probably not be.
Ah, there's a cable here.
Oh, we can climb down the cable. That's
Maybe
handy.
I can climb down on it. Hopefully it'll take my weight.
Yeah, hopefully. I guess we'll
Looks
find
like
out.
I'm in the right place, finally. Not that I'm complaining.
What is this? We've got some lecterns. What are they? Let's have a look at them.
There's a sort of dossier on this podium. I'll just skim it quickly.
Just gonna skim it quickly.
It outlines the Tula Society's central objectives. According to this, the society
find out
was
what they're all
founded
about.
in the early 1920s with the aim of restoring the knowledge of lost civilizations for its own
Yeah,
use.
that's exactly
the
what
Tula
the
Society's influence extends into
whole
the
situation
highest
was, wasn't it?
echelons of the German Reich. This gives them complete carte blanche on their activities. They can do whatever the hell they like.
I don't know
Seems they launched a
if that
project
group really
codenamed
had
Vril under
as
the
much
direction
kind of
our
power
old
as
friend,
a lot of things
Countess
suggest,
von
but-
Hagenhild. The focus of this project is the search for Shambhala. The Tula Society believes that a vast store of ancient knowledge is
We're looking
being
for that
hoarded
map,
there.
aren't we? The Piri race map.
The source of morphogenetic fields. Morphogenetic fields? Never heard of them. But
What's
then
a
it does ring
morphogenetic
true with
field?
what Professor Hayes was talking about. A store of ancient knowledge. If I
I
remember
guess something
the
that would only
professor's
work with a
description
particular
correctly,
genetic.
the hunters and herders of
code.
Shambhala suddenly developed into a flourishing and highly advanced society. Hayes reckons some sort of mysterious energy was responsible for the tribe's development.
They couldn't
Is
have
that
just
what they
been.
mean by
They couldn't have just been intelligent
morphogenetic
enough to do
fields?
this. No. Is that what you're saying? What about the lectern here? What's this one got on it?
These documents contain the research results of a scientist by the name of Aldrich von Hagenhild. Must be some relative of the Countess.
Sounds like
von
it.
Hagenhild spent his time searching for the world soul.
The world soul.
Christ, can't these people just use sensible names? The basis for von Hagenhild's research was the concept that for an organism to develop as it should, there must be
You wouldn't have
some
to go far to search for an
immaterial
arsehole.
power steering
Oh.
it in the right direction. Basically, an invisible blueprint determining form and growth. So, why does a rabbit develop the way it does, and why does a pine tree become a pine tree?
'Cause
Who's
it-
the
'cause it's a
architect?
pine
What
tree? I
tells them
don't
to
know.
grow bark, or fancy lady rabbits? Looks like these questions led von Hagenhild to believe there was some invisible,
Okay.
imperceptible field that controls the development of an organism. He called it morphogenetics.
He called it
Von Hagenhild
pseudoscience.
explains the holistic aspect of self-organizing systems with his theory of morphogenetic fields. Basically, the field stores forms or behavioral patterns that every member of a species draws from and adds to. This was his Western
Sounds like
take on
kinda-
something the East had known for some time. In Far Eastern philosophy, people refer to his
Well, he's talking
morphogenetic
about basically
fields
the
as
soul.
the
but-
divine essence of nature, or as the soul. He thought he'd identified the soul. He didn't think the soul was a spiritual thing. He thought it was a fundamental principle of nature
Right.
that had been warped
Again, as I
and
say,
confused by religions
slightly,
the world over.
pseudo-scientific.
He even thought he had proof. He refers to certain experiments he carried out. Ugh. This is a lot of information to take in.
It is.
Von Hagenhild really believed that in
A
these
morphogenetic
fields,
field.
he'd identified the soul, the central power behind all living things.
What's the next one going to tell us? There's some boxes here. They any use? Maybe we should
These
check them too.
documents refer to several experiments which are supposed to
Oh,
prove the
these
existence
prove
of
the existence of
morphogenetic
the fields.
Von Hagenhild wanted to prove that every species obtains its entire
A
being,
collective memory.
its form, its instincts from these
Oh, I see
fields.
they've
Like
extended
some kind
2
of
versus 8 now
collective
for
memory.
another
These
week.
inherited memories
Dead by
control
Daylight.
Not just the
till the
form,
15th,
but also
which
the
means
behavior,
still those
the
long queues for
capabilities and the
killers.
knowledge of the
Apparently so,
relevant
yeah. I
species.
was seeing on
He called
online.
it a group soul. Experiment
The
number
trouble is, of
1.
course, as I say, it does mean
The
still
rat
some long
experiment.
queues for killer.
The experiment investigated the capability of rats to find their way through a maze. At the
Yeah,
beginning
well, it
of
was
the
supposed to
experiment,
end tonight, wasn't
the
it?
rats needed
And I guess they just
165
decided to
attempts
continue.
before they could get through the maze without a mistake.
A lot of
But
people have
few
actually been
rat
complaining about it,
generations
though,
later,
because of the length of
the number of attempts
queues
had dropped to
that it's going to
20.
create.
Conclusion. The first batch of rats learned how to navigate
Or
the maze,
should I say keep.
and this instinct was somehow added to the
I
rat's
wonder if they'll
group
put
soul.
the bonus
When later
points
rats
back up.
navigated the maze, they somehow had access
Although it's good
to
that they've
this
got bonus
ancestral
points in
memory,
Survivor now, I suppose,
even if the
regular
rats weren't
Survivor.
directly related. Experiment number 2.
Is that not just
The
like
ape experiment.
nature
2
or...
ape colonies of the
A sec,
same
I need to just do
species
something.
were isolated and observed on 2 small islands in the Indian Ocean.
Listen to that.
Von Hagenhild's team taught the apes on one island a few new behavioral patterns. The other colony was left undisturbed and uninfluenced, so while the apes on the first island are learning how to open tins and the like, the others are eating bananas. Several months later, the apes
Yeah,
on the
apparently so.
undisturbed island began displaying these new skills, even though they'd never come into contact with the other colony. Von Hagenhild's conclusion: all members of a species are connected by
All members of a
morphogenetic
species are connected by
fields. They
morphogenetic
share a
fields.
subconscious collective memory. He thought this theory could explain a lot.
So anyway, what
Animals sense for impending
we're looking
danger,
for is...
telepathy, sixth sense in humans. Von Hagenhild also
We're looking for this map.
concludes that
And I
members
think
of
we
a
have to
group
use that
can learn
eye thing on the
something
map
new
to find
at a
where
far
the
quicker
other key
pace
is or
when
something.
the vast majority of members of that same group have already acquired the knowledge. These fields are basically stores of information that are effective across space, and in rare cases, even time.
And time.
Von Hagenhild
Wow.
presumes this would go some way towards explaining
But yeah, so
premonitions.
more 2 versus 8 for a
Human
while.
beings sporadically accessing morphogenetic fields from varying
I
points
feel
in
like
the
these
future.
will always be challenged
It
in this
all
mode.
sounds
Matchmaking
very
wait times can be
far-fetched, but
iteratively
it does
reduced through
explain
more
a
killer
lot.
variety and a more compelling survivor
Supposing
experience.
morphogenetic fields really
Yeah, I mean, I think
exist,
that's a good point, you know?
they'd be the
And that's
answer
a
to
very good
problems
point. That's what they
science
said
has
about the
been
queue
trying to
times.
solve for
Yeah,
centuries.
you need more.
If
You
all
need
these
more
fields
killers.
add up,
More people willing to
if
play as
there's
other
some
killers
kind
too.
of central
'Cause I would
repository of all this
imagine-
information.
So this is what I wondered.
Christ.
If you
It'd basically be the scientific definition of
if you
God.
queue as say a
I'm beginning
huntress,
to understand why the Tula Society
and there's
is
another
quite
person
so
queued as a
interested.
huntress, you'll never get matched with
And if
them
there's
as a
even
killer.
the slightest chance it's all true, why they need to be stopped.
Yeah, that's it. So see, I wondered that because when Kiyomato and I tried to play the game yesterday, initially when we went into the lobby, we were both Naughty Bear, but that was because we were in a lobby together, and I guess we were able to change. And obviously, I just changed to the Huntress, and then we played. But when you're actually searching for a game, if there's 2 people searching as Huntress, they'll only ever get people playing as the other killers. That does make sense, yeah. I mean, obviously a wider range of killers, as I say.
Is this the Piri Reis map?
Oh, this must be the map, okay.
It's hand-drawn,
So,
ancient.
they're not going to
there are
get
some
matched up
notes
with someone
next
else
to it.
waiting as Huntress
Finally,
or
Von
Trapper
Hagenhild
or
became
whatever.
convinced
That does make a lot of
there must be a
sense.
type of definitive
I do
field
think,
from which all other
I mean,
fields are derived. All
I suppose it would be a bad
manifestations
idea, but I
of
do think if
authority.
they'd made it
He
so
tried to
that
back
you could
this up
both
with
play as the same
historical evidence.
killer,
A world
I don't
soul,
think it
for
would have
instance,
necessarily been that
had
big
been
of a
proposed by
problem,
Plato
to be
over
honest.
2,000 years ago. But
I mean, I
what
guarantee
really
that would be
convinced him
that would fix
was
it
the discovery of
instantly,
an old,
you know.
mysterious map of the world.
If you could queue as 2
drawn
of the
by
same
the
killer.
Ottoman general
Imagine 2
Piri
nurses
Reis.
flying
I
around
knew
though.
it. It's the map. Let's see. Further on in the text.
Yeah.
Von Hagenhild discovered that the
That's
general
what they've
had
said.
drawn up
2v8's
the
proven
map
to be
in
very
the
popular
16th
despite the queue
century,
times, getting
using
40% of all matches
sources
since
which were
release,
thousands of years
even
old.
after removing the incentive.
But how could they have known at
Yeah.
that time what the world looked like?
I mean, that makes
He
sense
posed the
though, because
theory that a
people just
civilization
have been
had
waiting for a
existed
mode
then,
like this for a while,
which
haven't
possessed
they?
extraordinary knowledge.
People are still
and
happy to
skill.
play it at the
He discovered
moment.
a marking on the map, which was written in an
Survivors
unfamiliar
especially, because you can
language.
get a game very
Research
easily.
in Far Eastern libraries revealed it
Well,
was
I think
a
that was always the
long-forgotten
plan.
Tibetan script. Once translated, it claimed the marking
I think
indicated
that was always the
source
plan
of
to make it
all
permanent
knowledge,
eventually, you know.
the center of the morphogenetic fields.
But
It
yeah,
was
they
a
definitely need
hidden
to add
valley
more
in the
killers.
Himalayas.
I think
Shambhala. Shortly before he died in 1934,
I think the thing is they need to obviously work
von
on
Hagenhild
how
passed
those
the
killers
responsibility
can
of continuing the research
kind of
onto his
interact with each
daughter.
other. Yeah,
Professor
how
Hayes
those
was
powers
right.
can kind of
About
interact.
everything.
Myers
The
can't be
Tula
an
Society
M1.
arrived at the exact same conclusion as he
Yeah, I
did.
mean, like Myers would just be too
They
slow,
were
wouldn't
just
he? I mean,
one
in that
step
mode, he
ahead.
just wouldn't be.
Lucky
You
I'm
know,
one step more.
the fact that he'd be
Richard
able to
used the
hit
first key to
tier
pass through the
3 on
gate
Evil
in
Within.
that secret room in the monastery. I just need to find the second. The Nazis
Maybe allowing to get
can't
to tier
enter
2. Yeah, I would say
Shambhala
tier
without
2 is
it.
always going to be
And as
better,
it
to be
happens,
honest.
I have
Well,
the
obviously,
eye,
because tier 1 is
and
just...
I have the map.
You
I just need to
definitely...
use them to find the location of the second
You-
key.
you definitely
My last hope of
require-
finding Richard is based on an ancient legend.
He'd have to
Great.
be set almost to ambush people.
It's time to cross
It's like the
everything
other
I've
killer
got.
kind of runs
And I mean
survivors into
everything.
them, so that they can then just hit them at short range if they are M1. But then they should be able to get to... I mean, they should be able to get all the way up to tier 3, because you can still use their full range of powers, right? You just can't use any... Right, so I said use the eye on the map. Because you can still use their full range of powers, it's just you can't use any add-ons and stuff, which is definitely a good idea. Imagine having a knight and a skull merchant, oh god. The
I've come all this way,
the gen control
but I'm still a little
with
surprised
extra
it actually
drones.
worked. The Piri Reis map really is.
I mean,
the
yeah,
map
because
of
the fact,
Guardians
you know,
of Shambhala.
obviously with a knight, obviously as well, if
Or
there's a
at least
gen
it
that's
was
getting
drawn to
worked
their
hard,
specifications.
you can always
So
pop
Professor
a guard
Hayes
on there
was
to try and get
also
people
right
away.
in thinking the priests of Shambhala took the second key artifact to
Oh,
India
we're going to India.
and hid it in a temple there.
This
And
is
now
where
I
our
know
temple is
exactly
now, is
where
it?
to look.
Good combo would be
On the
Legion of
Kathiawar
Spirits, instead keeps
Peninsula,
people injured, and
just
Spirit
north of
tracks injured
Bombay.
survivors. Yeah,
Thinking about
that would
it,
work really well, yeah, that's
I
true.
actually know the commander of the British regiment in Rajkot.
He
If
knows a
the
lot of
old
people, this
drunkard
guy.
hasn't been transferred for disciplinary reasons again, I'm sure he'll lend me a hand. Or at least a decent bottle. Then, I'll just have to find the temple and get hold of the key artifact. What could be simpler?
What could be simpler, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good combinations that would be interesting to see, you know. But I think it's that whole thing about, you know, how different killers, obviously like Wraith, makes it so that other killers are undetectable. It would be a case of just how can you balance those kind of things. You know, with some killers I can't even necessarily see what would be an advantage, or what advantages they would have. Plague would be great, because Plague could obviously get lots of people infected and start passing that infection around. It would make things a lot
Looks
easier
like
for
the
people.
road ends here. This village is supposed to be the last settlement. Other than that, there's nothing but thick jungle in every
Hardest
direction.
parts, yeah,
The
I think
commander
that's
of the
it. It's how
local troops
to.
led me this far.
It's not so much
Now I
how
need
their
to quiz a
powers work,
local
but
about
how
the
they
temple.
can
I
how
have
they
no
can
idea where it
improve the
is.
game for the
Hello?
other killer. You know,
Hello?
I think that's the thing. How they can
Jesus,
interact
where is it?
together.
Looks like this place was abandoned pretty recently.
There's some kind of animal underneath there.
Is anybody there?
The Nazis can't have been here already. Can they? Damn it.
I wouldn't have thought
I'll
so.
have to find the temple on my own.
What have we got around us here? A bundle of reeds. I can take one of these apparently. Got a fire pit. Start a fire.
There are some chopped logs lying in the fireplace.
Use these reeds as like kindling.
They should go up nicely.
Maybe double up on maybe a little bit more. I don't know. Can maybe do that. What else have we got? I mean, the reeds are ideal for a fire pit. We've got a clay jug. Let's have that. Harsh parts. Yeah, that's going to be the thing. It's going to be just how they manage to kind of put everything together, I suppose. We've got bits of broken pot as well. I might need those if I want to use this pot. We're going to have to fix this pot, aren't we? What else do we have? We've got a basket. But yeah, that's going to be the hardest part, and that's why it's going to take so long to do, obviously. Because they do need to kind of think about how that's all going to work. Break the basket up, maybe.
Broken, so I might as well finish cutting
Break it up into some
I've dismembered
strands.
the entire thing. All that's left are these thin sticks of wood and the hemp stitching. Oh, and these two black stones.
There were
that
some
were
stones inside. So now we've got some more. We've got some sticks, stitching, and stones. White fur. That looks like an animal to me, not just white fur. Let's have a look at it.
What is that?
I think it'll take a long. It will.
It's a
Considering how
small
many killers
goat.
there are.
It appears to be hiding underneath the hut.
There's a small goat
Well,
under the
no,
hut.
It's definitely hiding underneath the hut. I can see it from here.
See if we can see anything by going out of the village, maybe?
I'll just take a short wander into the jungle.
Maybe the villagers are
Villagers
foraging.
around
Do we think
foraging.
so? It is going to take a long time, and I would imagine
Whatever it is
probably
villagers do.
you'd have to adopt the goat. Yeah. Well, I mean, it may be the villagers might be okay,
you there.
although there is
Where do
blood
you
and
think
stuff
you are
there.
going?
Christ!
Oh, there's a guy.
You frightened the life out of me.
There's a guy.
What the hell are you doing hiding in there?
Get away from the edge of the jungle. Come here.
What's wrong?
Don't ask, just do what I say.
Have I
Get
done
away from
something
the edge
wrong?
of the jungle.
Sorry, I didn't mean to sneak around. I just wasn't sure where everyone had got to.
There's a man-eater about.
A what?
Doesn't anything strike you as strange around here?
Well, yes.
Yeah, there's nobody here.
Last
The
night
goat kind
while
of
we
looks
were
like a dog. It
sleeping.
did look a bit like a dog
The
under there, doesn't
man-eater.
it?
Listen to me. The beast is still out there. I can feel it in my bones.
And you're the only survivor?
No, during these months, only women, children, and old people live in the village. The young men work on the tea plantations. When he came, there
So
was
where are
no
all the
one
women
here
and
to
children?
protect us. Those who could walk packed their things and left this morning.
What sort of animal are we talking about here? I'm, something of an expert.
Oh, he's an expert, is he, on
Tiger,
animals?
what else?
A tiger?
A tiger?
No normal tiger, it was a man-eater. Tigers normally avoid settlements. They hunt in the jungle. But now and again,
Hey,
a few of the
tiger.
particularly hungry ones stray into the villages. I remember the old stories from my childhood. When a man-eater has picked out a village, he stalks it for days until he can strike again.
When you
Okay.
put it like that, it does sound kind of scary. But I have a very important task. And I'm looking for someone who can help
I
me.
don't think the tiger
Brings
can
you
help
here,
me.
stranger.
I'm looking for an old monastery. Or a temple. Do you know anywhere around here that fits the description?
As a matter of fact, there is an old temple nearby.
Great. How do I get there?
You have to go through the
Could you show
tigers.
me?
You may have no instinct for survival, stranger, but I wish to retain what is left of my life. I cannot leave the village.
So we have to deal
until
with the man-eating tiger
man-eater is
first.
dealt with.
Okay. Tell you what. I'll have a look around and think of something. If I deal with the tiger, will you lead me to the temple?
Take my word for it, stranger.
Great. It's a deal.
Be careful out there.
See if we can find anything in relation to this man-eater
There's
then.
thick jungle in every direction, save for a small trail leading
There's a question mark.
southwest.
What's that? Unknown destination.
I'll follow the path leading out of the village so I don't get lost. Let's see where it leads to.
Why have we got a question mark area? Oh shit, look.
What is that sound?
There's the tiger.
Christ, there really is a tiger out there. I never knew they sounded like that.
There's a plane stuck in the tree.
Thinking about it, I'm not a vet, but this guy might be injured.
What's an
No
injured
doubt
tiger?
He'd still eat me given half a chance.
Well, if it's injured, it might
I
be
should stay
it's
out of
probably
his
hungry
way.
because it can't hunt anything, right? Oh, we got some herbs here. It says herbs, so we'll take some herbs. What else? Anything useful? Vines? Can we take a vine?
It's pretty thick. I can't just pull it down.
Do we have anything we can break? Can we cut it with the pot shards? No. Okay. Anything else useful around here? Mushrooms? Are they mushrooms? Are they edible
Well, I
mushrooms?
don't know anything about mushrooms, but that's no reason not to pick them.
Yeah, they're
If
there.
they
You should
taste
definitely pick them.
foul, I can just throw them away.
If they taste foul, I can just throw them away and then die of poisoning from the mushrooms that I've thrown away so nobody can find out what the poison was. I'm guessing we don't want to go out into the swamp with a tiger there then. Let's go back to this village. Maybe there's something more we can do here. There's some blood stains and some chicken feathers. They're saying it's a man-eater, but it looks like all it's done is eaten a chicken. From what I can see.
Hello?
Or maybe some
Yes,
chickens.
any luck in hunting the tiger?
I found it, yeah.
I found these mushrooms.
Let's
in the
ask if these
jungle.
mushrooms are edible. He
Are
can tell
they
us.
edible?
I would only eat them if you have sleeping problems. These mushrooms contain a natural sedative. We use
Ah.
them to treat minor injuries. But I have heard of a Brahmin who performs operations on injured animals and sedates them with the poison from these mushrooms during the
Just as
operation.
well we asked then, huh?
Interesting. So you just chuck them down the creature's throat?
No, I'd imagine
No,
they
the
use darts
sedative
of some
must
kind.
get into the bloodstream. The mushrooms are
So I'm
cooked
guessing we have to
and
make
the juice
darts
that
of some
escapes
kind.
is then injected. It requires a bit
We
of
have to cook the
experience to get
mushrooms.
the dosage right. Too much of the stuff could knock out a huge water buffalo. Never mind a small pet.
No
Oh,
problem.
well.
Caution is my middle name.
Is that his middle name? Benton Caution Paddock, maybe. And these black stones, are they
I
valuable?
found these stones in the village square. I don't suppose they're, valuable by any chance?
No. These are flint stones. Keep
Flint
them by all
stones?
means.
Oh.
Do,
Well, thanks
do,
anyway.
do, 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 do.
Yes, I saw the tiger. You're right. He's still
Have I ever had a
lurking
dog?
about.
No.
Told you so.
I think I know why
No.
it came into the village last
I've got
night as
cats,
well.
obviously, but
He looks
no, I've never had a
injured.
dog.
He's out in the swamp making sad noises. Would that explain why he's acting so
The
aggressively?
only pets I had
Quite
before I
possibly.
had cats, I had
Regardless, I am
fish.
staying in my hut, and don't go
And we had
getting any
budgies when
wild
I was
ideas
little.
yourself.
But I promised to help.
As you please. Is
I
there
never
anything
really
else?
had a lot of pets when I was younger, to be honest. I'll see if there's anything I can
I'll
do.
see what I can do.
Good luck.
So we need to somehow cook these mushrooms, then make some kind of dart that goes into the things. So I guess that with that fire pit, we can use these flints to light the fire pit.
These reeds will make good kindling. I'll leave
I've
them
no dog
here.
now. You adopted him when he was around 2.5. Now he's 13 and getting weak. It's always kind of. Oh, did I not? I didn't use them on the thing. Alright, the only thing we got, we can use put the mushrooms in that jug.
Okay.
Put the jug on the fire. No. Why did I not? Reeds, yeah, light the reeds. He'll pass. Yeah, that's
The
kind of
reeds
sad, isn't it? When you know that
Logs shouldn't be far behind.
you've not got long now with your pet. You know, it's always
If the old guy is telling the truth,
it's always kind of bad and really sad, isn't it? You know, as it kind of happens, and you know you can kind of see it happening.
That was quick. There's a dark sap oozing out.
It's not good. Okay, what can we? I don't have anything, so can I pick this up?
It's too hot to.
Do I have anything I can pick it up with? There's these cloths here, I can't use them. There's a cloth there, no, can't use them. Do I have anything in my hand? No.
I loved climbing trees when I was a boy.
Hmm.
The taller, the better. Nowadays, I tend to only do it when I have to. Like when I'm being chased.
Or when he's bored, yeah. I need something I can wrap around my hands to get this off the fire. Can I use the other bundle of reeds to get the thing off the fire? No. I need something that can help me. I can get chicken feathers. We can't use chicken feathers to pick something up. I'm just trying to think.
A man can never have enough feathers.
Is there anything else useful? There's some poles here. We can't use them. Well, that's a bamboo pole. Hang on. There's a cloth. I wonder if we take this pole, can we get this cloth? That would be
I'll take
handy.
that cloth with me too.
Yeah, there you go. The cloth would be handy because we can use that to get the that off. We fold it up, grab the jug. That should work, right? Quite
Let's
like
get
these
this
kinds of
off the
games.
fire
I like them where you have
without
to kind of
burning
think
my hands.
about how you can maybe do stuff, you know. So that makes sense that we needed something to allow us to handle the hot jug. Not now though. So we've got these sedative things. Oh, we could probably, if we sharpen these sticks. Now we did that before we cut
I
something
can
with the
tie
shards
one
of the
the
pot.
pottery shards to one of the sticks.
Oh, I can use the shards to make kind of like an arrowhead.
Tranquilizer dart. Great idea. If, of course, this was anything like a professional
Yeah, it's not a
dart.
proper dart.
As
There's not a
it
lot we can do about
stands,
that,
I
sadly.
just can't imagine it flying straight. One step at a time, I guess.
Well, to help these kind of things fly straight, normally that's what like the feathers or whatever are for on arrows, isn't it? So if we stick some feathers on the stick,
Great.
yeah,
I'll
we
use a
can
few fibers
make
from
like
the
a
hemp
make like
cord to make fletching for the
a
dart.
kind of bolt type thing. And then I guess we dip the dart in the
I'll dip the
tranquilizer.
tip in the homemade tranquilizer.
I'm gonna test it maybe. Can we get the goat to come out? Do we test it on the goat? I feel bad. I'd
He
like
looks
to
hungry.
apologise in advance for this.
Goats eat green things, don't they?
Or rather than us testing it on the goat, maybe we can
Okay, little guy. Fancy an adventure?
walk
I'll
the goat.
tie a piece of the cord around the goat's neck, so it doesn't run off before I'm done with it.
Okay, so we weren't going to use it on the goat, but I've just had a suspicion that I know what we are going to do with the goat. I suspect we're going to use it as bait. to get him to come to the village. So, like, if we tie it to the tree.
I'll tie him up here.
It's like Jurassic Park.
I hope this works. Meh. Don't worry, you're not bait. You're just a distraction.
As long as we get to the tiger before it gets the... Before it gets the goat, it's fine, right? I need to draw out the tiger somehow. Get it to come to town.
Let's go through it again.
When the tiger came to town...
I'll lure the tiger over into the village, then I'll hide behind the tree, and he'll go after Billy.
Oh, good idea.
Then
You'll
I'll
hit it with the dart before it eats the goat.
watch while he eats poor Billy. It's not really very...
That can't be the solution. Oh, I tell you, I bet if I combine these now...
A perfect tranquilizer.
So now if I click on that again, I bet it now tells me that we can do
Preparations
it.
are in place. I'll lure the tiger into the village.
Let's
then
see.
Hide behind the tree in the square.
Because I hadn't
While
loaded the
tiger's busy
tranquilizer
with the
dart
goat,
gun.
I should have just enough time to hit him with the dart. Let's hope the sedative works. For
It's usually
my
how these
sake,
things work.
as
You
well
have
as the
to,
goats.
you know. Alright, here we go. Oh, little Mr. Tiger, hello! Mr. Tiger, come and get me, yeah? Come and get me, there he is. And we're just sedating him so we can maybe help him out, see what's wrong with him. Can we get him before...
Do or die.
I'll die if we're not careful.
Only one shot at this. Concentrate.
I didn't realise how big the pole was we were using as a blowgun. And now we can see if the tiger's going to be okay.
Have you shot it?
No, I've just sedated it.
Sedated? And what happens when it wakes
It'll
up?
eat you, mate.
Look, he's injured. There's a nail stuck in his front paw.
Take the nail out.
You are correct. He has obviously fallen into a trap.
You set up
Thankfully, the
traps
goat's
to piss
okay.
these guys off.
No. Many farmers in this area protect their fields and plantations from all
they
sorts
weren't
of animals
intentionally.
with spiked traps such as these. If a tiger gets injured by such a trap, it cannot hunt in its usual way.
So it goes
And
looking
it
for the
gets
people
angry.
that laid
It
the,
begins to
yeah.
look for easier prey.
Chickens, goats, people.
Exactly.
Okay, let's pull the nail out. Then we can take him out into the jungle and hopefully he'll wake up and wander back to
Hopefully.
his natural habitat.
This could work.
Hopefully he doesn't come
Extend
back.
my thanks and the thanks of the entire village to
For
you,
some gold.
stranger.
You know, thanks are great and all, but don't forget our deal. Let me take a look at this guy's foot. You find something we can
Hey
eat
Dada,
later.
it's how you doing?
Okay.
Good to see you.
I'll fetch a cart, and we can take it to the other side of the valley.
We're just helping a tiger right now. 2 hours later. 2 hours later.
Okay, we're done.
Then I will lead you to the old temple.
And then just as we leave the
promised.
village, the tiger comes in
Follow
and
me.
jumps on his back, eats him.
This is it.
Here. But I don't see a temple.
It's a statue
Behind me in the lagoon.
What do you mean in the lagoon?
in the
According
lagoon.
to records, there was a narrow valley here in which a temple stood until a few hundred years ago. One day, after a heavy storm, the valley was flooded along with the temple.
Flooded
Since this
temple.
day, everything that remains of the temple is under the surface of the water. Only this statue standing on the roof
That was good.
of
The game in the end
temple
had a good
bears
message. We
witness
were
to
helping the
what lies beneath.
tiger,
Do you think
and we weren't
anything's
hurting the
still
goat.
intact down
Reminds you of a
there?
Lara
I
Croft
cannot
game.
swim, how would I know?
Okay. Well, thanks for your help.
It was no problem.
With the temples
stranger.
and stuff,
I'd better
yeah,
make my
absolutely.
way to the next village to tell the women that the tiger is no longer a danger. Would you care to accompany me?
Women, you say? No,
This
no,
guy,
I really ought to
this
get back
guy.
to saving the world. Thank
Yeah,
you, though.
Fenton, get on with
As you
saving the
wish.
world.
Good luck.
I usually need it.
Okay. So we found a lagoon here, and apparently there's a temple in here. Let's see. We'll have to wait till he's gone. Jump in the lagoon? Just go for it. Dive in. I wonder if he takes his
Perhaps
shoes
some of
off
the
or
temple's
anything.
Still intact.
Does he take his jacket off,
Got
do we
to
think?
Check it out. At least the water's nice and warm.
No, he just dives in, full gear, shoes on and
It
everything.
all started innocently enough.
There's a shark.
Flies.
And this reminds me of a
Nothing
Lara
dangerous
Croft game
about
as well. He's
flies.
just jumped in, fully clothed.
Then there was the cat.
The good news is it's warm,
the
so it'll
sheep.
dry off quite quickly, but
The tiger. Now sharks.
I feel like he'd be a little bit
Bloody
weighed down,
sharks.
particularly when he's like that.
I'd
He's not
better
even...
steer clear of him. At least the temple looks
He's not even
intact.
trying to make himself
I'd
float.
better head back to the shore.
Not really the
before
underwear
he
place and everything, yeah.
Okay. I have to get rid of that shark if I'm going to reach the temple.
So we have to get rid of the shark somehow. Can we use the dart gun to poison the shark, maybe? Maybe we can go back to that swamp. Maybe we can get some more of those mushrooms or something. It's the jungle lake we're going back to. There's no more mushrooms. We had that vine that we looked at before. There's also a plane. Can we get up to that plane? Oh, apparently you can just climb the tree up to the plane. Maybe we'll find something useful in the plane, in its cockpit or something. Literally underwater place and everything. Yeah, absolutely. There was, I think, Tomb Raider. I think you said underwear place for some reason. There was one. I can't remember which Tomb Raider game it is now. Is it Tomb Raider 3? There's one where there's a bit at the start where you go into like water. And there's a shark swimming around and you have to shoot it with darts.
There's a cardboard box
to then get in somewhere.
In the glove
I think, was it Tomb Raider 3 or is that even...
Everything else is foobar.
Everything else is foobar. We've got a box. Open it, see what's in it.
See what's in this box.
What's in the box?
Looks like an old radio.
It's a head. What's in the fucking box? Okay, we've got a radio.
A radio with a hand-operated generator.
Produce power by turning the crank.
You produce power by turning this little crank on the side. Oh, it fell off.
The crank fell off. We yanked his crank off. Careful. What do we want here? We need something that would attract a shark. There's the blood on the... Maybe if we can soak that blood into something. Hey Groby, how you doing? But we need some water and probably... So maybe we need to collect some water from here. We can put some blood in the water from the lagoon and then we pour that in. The shark will go...
Water.
The shark will go looking to find out where the blood came from. Remember, there was blood on here, so if I don't know, soak this cloth in blood state in blood.
The blood dried up hours ago.
Okay.
I can't soak it up.
If I pour the water over the blood, maybe.
This
Wet
should
it.
moisten the blood.
Starting a fake Star Wars Lego build. Oh, which there's a few brands that are like that do like Star Wars style stuff, isn't there? I can't remember what one it is, but there's... I remember seeing one where there's like some Star Wars stuff, but it's not real. Tantive Escape Pod? Escape Pod? Is that... Which, is that like... So it's not actual Lego, it's like... I don't like to say fake Lego, but it's... Okay, so we've got blood-stained cloth. I feel like we can... That was a copy of a real set or what? There are some brands where they're allowed to, where they've been given the right apparently to make Star Wars stuff, but it's not Lego, but it's like Lego compatible. I can't remember which one it is. I did have a few of those brands listed on something because I was interested in going after. There's one of them that does Star Wars, and I can't remember which one it was. It's not one of those. All right, so it's just a complete standalone sort of thing that's not got anything to do with Lego. I see. Right, so somehow we need to get this blood into the... What's that? I'm just trying to think.
I don't need to use it at the moment.
Somehow...
Besides, my gut tells me this thing may...
Can I do something that would... I'm just trying to think what I could do with the bloodstained thing. Somebody's at my door. Hang on a second, I'll be back. Alright, there we go, I'm back. Well, hopefully the build goes well for you, Dadaist. Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully it's not too frustrating or anything like that. So what do we need to do here? We need to somehow...
A hand-operated generator provides the
I'm
necessary
not sure yet.
power for...
So we can use the crank. Can we power
don't
the
need to
radio?
use
Don't
it
need
at
to
the
use the
sides.
radio. Can we tie this to the crank, maybe?
As long as there's an...
No, we're not allowed to go in. We're not going to go in. There's some plants here. Can I pick the plants? Maybe there's some stuff we've missed in some of these places.
plants are firmly attached.
Plants are firmly attached. Can I... There's nothing I can use to get the plants away. There must be something we've missed somewhere. That I need to use somewhere here.
There are certain things I like carrying around with
Old
me.
muddy blood-stained
Matches,
rags.
booze,
Yeah.
women.
Hmm.
Old muddy blood-stained rags are not one of those things.
I'm wondering if I've just missed something and I just can't think what it is. Let's try back here because we didn't look at everything on that plane. Anything else of interest in this plane? There's these vines, but again, we don't have anything to cut the vines with. There's definitely nothing left in the village, I don't think. I just wondered, because we only briefly looked at the plane. And there's a cover,
the cover
here.
is attached with 4 hexagonal nuts.
Oh, that's it, that's
The little crank fell out of the
a hexagonal crank. We can take that
Wow,
cover off
blind
then.
luck. The radio crank fits right into the bolts on the cover. Ah.
I completely
there's an
missed that the
electrics
first time
cable
round.
here.
I just happened to hover there and
Might
there's a
come in
cover.
handy.
An electric cable. Oh, we could maybe use that to lash the...
I'll tie the rag to one end of the cable.
Oh, I wonder, could we like make
I'll
the
connect
radio
one
do
end of the
something?
cable to the contacts
So if
on
we
the
could like
radio.
turn the radio on. Well, now the other thing is, would there be some kind of... I was thinking you could tie it to the radio, turn the radio on, and like throw it in somewhere for the shark to look at. Now I'm not so sure. I'd say it would make a big splash. It would make a big splash if we threw it in. Hmm. So maybe we can crank the radio up and throw it in the water.
I don't need to use it at the moment, besides.
Okay, can we throw that in the water maybe?
The radio can be charged electrically, and that charge could then be conducted down the cable. Sharks, I'm sure, are sensitive beings at heart. Even a small shock should be enough for him to
Would a
turn
shock
tail.
do that? Would a
Of
small
course,
shock do that to a shark?
he's
I don't
right on
know.
the lagoon bed. I'll need him to be right on top of the cable for it to work.
Which is why it's got the blood on
Hopefully
it.
The smell of blood will be enough
That makes
to
sense.
attract his
We
attention.
draw him in with the blood, crank up the radio. You're trying vegan salami right now? Really not as bad as you thought? Nice.
It's working. The shark's surfaced, and he's circling the bait. I need to hurry before he pulls the whole thing under.
Nope, get the, turn on the radio with the crank then.
Whap! 40 volts straight to the face.
40 volts? Is that enough to scare off a shark, do we think? It's surprisingly good. Well, that's good to hear. Oh, it did. It scared him away. It scared the shark away.
Fenton Paddock, top of the food chain.
He says
Time
he's
to
top
get
of the
down
food
there
chain,
and
he's
check
not
out
right.
his temple.
We're going in the water, are we? Oh, we've got an air meter at the top here. What are we looking for here? Anything useful? There's a metal rod on the ground. It's surprisingly good. I'm glad to hear it. Can we get to that? He's very slow. Do I have to, like, get out of the water every time? His air's running low, or does he just do it automatically, I wonder?
Just mud. Oh, and a little snail.
Well, maybe we can collect some mud in the jug.
I'll collect some mud.
You just woke up? Let's go up again so we can get away from there. There's a gap. I can see there's
have
a...
my strengths, but breathing underwater isn't one of them.
No, not surprising. Back in. There's this hole in the gate. It looks like there's a... So that must be the way to open the gate somehow. But we're going to need to find something to open it with, I would imagine. What have we got here?
It's a huge gate with a recess in the center.
What's
A
up with
jagged
the recess?
indentation.
Can I pull it open with this metal
I
rod?
won't be able to open the gate like this. It's too big.
We need something to open the gate. Right, well, we have to come out of the water for a minute. You just woke up? Had a nice day of relaxation. Was it a day off?
This metal rod has a sharp edge.
Ah, metal rod with a sharp edge. We can get that vine. Give me the vine. Give me the vine.
I severed the vine. It's dripping some kind of oily sap.
Oily sap. We soak some of that into, I don't know, the reeds. That's the kind of thing that would soak stuff up.
With some of the sap.
I need to find out what's happening in it sounds like my cats are in the other room tearing something up. I'm not sure what they're up to. I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, I'm back. They'd found some paper that'd come off a thing they were ripping into. Probably wouldn't have done them any harm really, but alright, so we got this thing covered in some kind of sap. Oil soaked reeds. Well, that might be handy for something. I'm trying to think what we could oh, we can also cut these plants, because remember it said that they weren't easy to get, so maybe we cut them.
There. I've managed to cut away the plants with the sharp edge of the pole.
Maybe we can clean it.
There's a small carving here. It's carved into the stone. There's not much I can do with it.
Can we somehow...
If it's good for my skin, it can't do any harm to an old rock. I'll oil it up.
Oh, I could make a mould of this. What could I use to do that? Oh, if I wet this box, we can maybe do like papier-mâché or something. You just asked yourself something? What did you ask yourself?
The cardboard softened in the water.
It's not papier-mâché, it's just a bit of paper, isn't it?
Perfect. This should make for a good mould. The damp cardboard will dry around the carving, and the plant oil should let me get it off again in one piece.
Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? Got some wet clay. Ah, so I take that.
The cardboard's dried in the heat. If I just remove it
I said if you need to worry because you
and
can
yes,
surprisingly well remember what you
a
dreamed about.
beautiful
We'll see what it was, but it's
cardboard
very
mold.
critical and controversial. I wouldn't worry too much about if you can remember what your
I
dream
filled the
was. A lot of people
cardboard
do.
mold with clay.
Some people don't, you know. I think it's one thing if you... How do I get it out of the mould? Can I knock it out of the mould somehow? Oh wait, we can burn it. We need it to warm up, and we've got that fire pit that we had a fire on. We need to dry the clay. So the fire is surely the best way to do it. Just
Let's
that should...
hope it's hot enough to fire the clay.
Because that meets the dimensions of the other thing. 45 minutes later. 45 minutes wasted.
That should do it. The cardboard's burned away, and the clay looks pretty solid.
Okay, let's get it. Use the metal pole to
Got it.
brush it away. There we go, we've got like that triangular thing, which I'm assuming... The only reason I went and did that is because I'm assuming that that will fit the gap there in the temple door. Pop that in the recess and hopefully that'll work. Mind you, I don't know what we're going to do. This temple surely is going to be full of water as soon as we
We're
go in.
business. How has no water reached this part of the
Especially when there's a big bloody hole
It
up
smells
there.
old and dank. But at least I can breathe.
Ooh, we got in. Very often don't remember what you dreamed about, but when you do, it's very critical in detail. Sometimes it's pretty controversial. It depends. You know, sometimes some dreams, I guess, will kind of remain in your memory a bit more than others, possibly. There's a round stone there. Let's have that. Was that another one over there? Well, there's another one over there as well, I can see. One here. Is there any more of these? I'm just looking to see. I can see there's like a circle in the... Look, these murals have got like holes in them. That's 1, 2, 3 murals with holes in. 4, 5. I can see 5 murals with holes in them. We've got
A round patterned stone.
3. Let me just see. 1,
The painting shows burning houses
2, maybe 3,
and many, many dead
4,
people.
5.
They're fighting one another on a huge
Can't really
mountain
see.
of corpses. But they don't look like warriors.
This
They're
looks like the
just
gateway the guy
townsfolk
used. But yeah,
murdering
some
one
are obviously going to
another.
remain with you if it's more
Is this
impactful, I
the
guess.
fall of Shambhala? The inexplicable catastrophe that
The
Professor
fall of
Hayes
Shambhala?
mentioned, but he said it was a dragon, and Kim translated
Well, there's a
something
big
similar
fire.
back at the monastery. These people are killing each other. But why?
But why? There's this stone here.
There's
Got
a
something on it.
plinth in the middle of the
A
room.
plinth. I tell you what though, there is. Like if I click on that, I can see there's a...
There's a round stone jutting out of the wall here.
Oh, right.
I'll grab it.
So there's one there and there's one there. Let's have a look at this mural. So that was like a fire, the place being damaged, I guess.
It's a magnificent city with some
Yeah, I
kind
usually
of
don't remember
glowing
mine, to be
orb
honest,
in the center.
most of the time.
This must be Shambhala.
This
the
is
light at the
Shambhala.
center. That must be the source of these.
That's the source of the morphogenetic
fields.
fields, apparently.
It's the world soul. Here's another stone.
There's another stone too. And looks like that's going to be a mural of the entrance. I can see there's another stone there. How do these stones work then?
It's so well preserved. The painting seems to portray a scene Professor Hayes told me about.
Better
It's a
not think
group
about
of
it. Probably
herdsmen
not.
Or hunters entering
Possibly
a large
not.
cave in the mountains.
Yeah, I mean, I
These
don't
are
know
the
if you need to
people who discovered
necessarily
the
think
entrance
too
to
much in
Shambhala
depth
many
about it,
thousands
you
of
know.
years
Depends
ago.
what it is, obviously. But for the most part, yeah.
There's
It
a
may not
loose
be worth
stone
thinking about if it is something you
protruding
feel
slightly
is
from
kind
this
of
painting.
controversial. Another loose stone. Got 6 stones. What's this thing?
There's a plinth in the middle of the.
Yeah, there's a plinth in the middle of the room, kind of like in that other room, that other
Okay.
place.
We've got 6 circular
we got bloody
recesses arranged
stones.
around a symbol. This must be where the artifact was stored all that time ago. I'd better take a closer look.
We got to put the stones in somehow.
A circular It looks like...
Something needs to be inserted. Guess we just pop these in and hopefully they're right. Does that do
I
anything?
heard something move inside.
Oh, something's happened.
Is it
Wrote down
unlocked?
what I dreamed about but deleted it since I may get blocked from Twitch. Says critical topic. Yeah, don't.
I can't move it.
I said maybe don't post it if you don't. If you feel like it's.
I should probably
It's a
try
bit
to
much.
open it the proper way before employing the Fenton Paddock technique.
What do I need to do? I mean, these stones are popped out. Maybe I need to push them down.
The stones can be pushed down into the platform.
Oh, but pushing that one doesn't help. Can I get these reset somehow?
I think I need to fully
If I go out and then go back in, does that reset them? No. Okay. Okay, that stayed down. That stayed down. That one stayed down, and so did that. That one didn't. Aha! Somehow I got it. It's a bit
Finally.
very much. Yeah, don't, as I say, don't
Second key.
if you don't want to share it,
I've
don't
traveled
feel
3
like
continents
sharing
just
it.
to find this thing.
We found the
I should
artifact.
be happy.
And we go back
or
to
at least
Shambhala now.
relieved. But there's something bothering me. Something at the back of my
We found the
mind.
key to
I'm
Shambhala.
finally holding in my hands the key to Shambhala. The key to rescuing Richard.
To find Richard. What the
And
fuck,
I've got this
Richard?
weird feeling about it all. Is that my conscience? Damn.
He's
I
lost
thought
his
I lost the thing
conscience.
years ago. Maybe all this wasn't such a good idea. How many
It
people
wasn't such a good idea. He
died
did
for
all this
this
and got his
thing?
conscience
How many
back.
more would
Terrible.
die if I opened
Really
the
a
gate
bad
to
thing.
Shambhala? Beyond all the myths
I don't know
and
why.
legends, there has to be something real at the end of it all. There is something behind that gate that shouldn't be messed with. I don't know. Maybe it's this place, or maybe I'm just tired.
Old
but I
Fenton,
can't
he's always
help but think
overthinking
back to Hong
things.
Kong Harbor. I made a split-second decision to save Richard, and it was the wrong one.
So what, we're not going to save Richard now? We've done
I
all
won't
this
make
and we're
the
just
same
going to,
mistake
like,
again.
give
I
the
don't
thing
have
to the bad
luxury of
guys.
Special circumstances as an excuse this time, and this time, there's a lot more at stake. Kim said you can't weigh one life against another. Last time, my mistake cost 8 lives. This time
it could be thousands.
I've got to accept the reality. I can't go back to
He's on that train
I have to
platform.
go
He's not
back
sure
to
whether
where
he
it all
wants to pull that
began.
lever or not.
I have to justify the most difficult decision of my entire life.
Oh, we're back in Hong Kong.
Lord Weston,
Oh, here's Lord Weston again.
Mr. Paddock is back.
Paddock's back.
What? What are you waiting for?
Paddock's
Send him in,
back.
quickly.
All right.
Fenton!
Fenton!
No idea how relieved I am to see you.
Lord Weston.
Do you have any news of my son? Is he alive?
Says about critical topic, you got your own statement or
afraid it's
opinion on
not
it,
that
and your dream
simple,
you live
Governor.
like the exact opposite, now ask yourself if you're a monster or
Is Richard
something.
dead? Is that what you're trying
I mean,
to tell me?
the content
No,
of a
no, he's
dream
still
doesn't
alive,
necessarily mean
I
anything
think.
like that, you know?
Oh, thank God. Do you need more money?
Sometimes it means something
I hope.
entirely different,
Just
or
say
at least
the word, I'll do everything within
you know,
my power.
the way people kind
Sir,
of
I know where
seem
your
to
son
describe
is.
them.
I even have the key to the
It
gate
could
that
mean
leads to
something
his
very
location.
different.
The
It could
problem
mean
is,
you're the exact
I
you're the
can't
exact
be
opposite,
answerable
you
for
know.
opening
I don't
that
know.
gate.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Of what the
Richard
dream
is in a
said, it
place
could
in the
be
Himalayas called
you're nothing like
Shambhala.
that, you know.
For some reason,
It's just a dream.
he fled
I feel
there
like
when his unit
sometimes
was attacked by Nazi troops.
there might not necessarily be anything
Maybe it
deeper
was
than
the only
that to
way
it.
could
It's hard
prevent
to
the
say.
Nazis from entering Shambhala. The point is,
Some
that
people obviously
place
do
holds a
believe there's a
secret
bit more
so
to that
vital,
kind of thing, but
it
I
cannot
don't know
be
if there
permitted
is.
to fall into the
Really,
wrong
it's difficult to
hands
say.
At any cost. This is what I've come to realize. The second key could undo everything Richard has worked for. If I reopen the gate in order to follow him, I'd risk letting the
Sometimes
Nazis
you're
into
weighing both
Shambhala.
sides of a thing up in your head,
Lord
you know.
Weston,
Maybe
we
it's
have to
it's
destroy the second portal key. I'm sorry.
maybe
but
it's
the
on your
dangers it
mind a bit.
represents are simply too
You know,
great.
something recently, and
What are you saying? You suggest that we leave
You know.
my son?
Your friend?
It's
to his fate?
found its way into your
Lord
dreams.
Weston, you know what Richard means to me. You know what I've sacrificed for him. Believe me, if there were any other way, I would take it. I know it's hard to accept, but after everything I've seen and experienced, I
hard to
just
say.
can't continue with this mission. I'm here today to ask for your understanding.
I cannot believe I'm hearing this. You sentence my son to death, and you come here
I'm
asking
sentencing
for
his son to death.
absolution. I was
So
wrong
alright if I
about
sentence
you,
your son to
Paddock.
death.
If you are unable to handle the situation, I shall have to find someone who is.
As I said, I'm very sorry, Lord Weston. But I've made my decision. I'm going to
You're gonna
destroy
the key? That's fine. Yeah. Probably
I'm afraid
probably
that
better to be
decision
honest.
is no longer
Oh,
in
shit.
your hands.
What is
There's
this?
the bad guy.
You're collaborating with the Nazis, Governor?
I had no choice, Fenton. Mr. Kleist claimed to know where Richard
Shit.
was. He said he could return him to me. I was skeptical, but a father will cling to even the slightest
There we go.
shred.
Now we find out all about what
I
he's been
never
up
gave
to.
up hope that you would solve the situation, and that I could quickly end my collaboration with the Nazis. But now I realize that I backed the wrong horse.
No, you didn't.
Governor, this is a mistake.
Because I got the thing.
I'm prepared to take that risk.
Herr Paddock, I wonder if you would be so kind as to accompany me to the airport. You have an appointment
Now we're in trouble.
Tibet that you absolutely cannot miss.
Okay, let's go to Tibet then. I guess we got no choice.
We meet again, Mr. Paddock.
It's a
That's
dubious
an awful lot.
pleasure,
That's an awful lot of
Countess.
pricks hanging
But I
about.
guess
Huh?
you've become rather accustomed to having me around.
Had I been given the choice, you would be lying in your wretched Hong Kong shack with a hole between your eyes, believe me. I console myself knowing this will be the last time your good fortune keeps you alive. I hardly imagine you are aware of the fact, but you must at least have felt the transfer of energy when you held the second artifact in your hands, yes?
What transfer of energy?
Paddock, you have connected with the key. You are now the only person.
Well, I'm the only person that
capable
can
of
use the
using
key.
it.
Oh, I'm not going to use it then.
You mean you can't get into Shambhala
Not going in then.
without little old me?
Precisely.
And you think I'm going to help you?
No, they'll
But
have
of
someone
course,
prisoner
there
that.
can be no doubt.
I hate to break it to you, love, but if I really am your last option, you're rather scraping the bottom of the barrel. Your expedition ends here.
Tut.
I mean, the
You
guy,
are always so hasty
Lord
to judge
Weston or
before
whatever,
knowing
can
all the
send me here
facts.
to do the thing. But if I'm the
I
only
am
one
well
that can
aware
do
of the
it,
lengths you would go to
I can
to
just
keep
not do it.
Shambhala from us. You would merrily abandon your greatest friend for that very reason. But I wonder, would you so capriciously condemn to death your pretty little accomplice?
that's not so good, maybe.
Kim,
You would merrily abandon your greatest friend for that very reason. But I wonder, would you so capriciously condemn to death your pretty little accomplice?
Well, she just said the same thing again.
Oh, please don't look so dejected. At least you have one less life on your conscience. Well, if you cooperate, that is. Please don't make me describe to you what will
Alright,
happen
so
to your
the- so
girlfriend
they've
should
kind
you
of-
fail to comply.
I remember you read something like that in the newsletter. You were angry and shocked.
I
Something that
think
could happen
you
in the
have the
community. You
imagination
dream you were
to
living
make
it
the
actually
right
by yourself.
decision.
Got ya.
Kim, are you
As I
okay?
say, don't
Just about.
worry about it too much.
Well.
But yeah,
Okay, okay.
that can happen when
Let
you
her
when
go
you
and
really
I'll
do
do
think
whatever you
about
want.
something. You know.
I would dearly love to grant you this wish, but alas, it may be that your friend can make herself useful on the other side of the portal.
That's assuming that more than one person can even
No,
go
she
through.
stays with us, but she gets to live a little longer.
Fine. What do you want me to do?
Place
What
the
if this
second
portal
key
only
in
lets
the
one
recess
person
on the
out?
pedestal. We will talk some more in Shambhala.
Now, based on when the first guy did it at the start of the game, we saw that it seemed like he was teleported away. It didn't seem like there was a door or anything that opened. This happened, and then he disappeared. So I have a suspicion that doing this isn't going to help them out much, because they're not going to be with me. And if that's the case...
Fenton. Fenton, wake up!
Fenton, wake up! Oh, what's this? Is this Richard?
What?
We found Richard.
Fenton!
Maybe.
What?
That's not Richard, that's a ghost.
Richard?
It's Richard from Tron.
Richard, is that you?
Of course it's me. Are you feeling okay?
You... Why do you look like a ghost?
Is that what a ghost looks like?
Oh, charming. You came all this way just to tell me I've seen better days.
Yeah.
I don't understand. My head hurts.
Why are there's red lines lined up on
Apparently
those
your sense
bits
of
on the
humour
floor.
is still en route. Well, what is there to say but... Welcome to Shambhala.
No, It
was good to see Wang's niece again, but I would have preferred it if you'd left the Nazis on the other side.
thought we did.
Kim?
I thought I did leave them on the other side.
She landed in the central cavern along with the Countess.
Also, they did
I
come.
managed to convince the Guardians of this place to separate you and bring you here instead.
So anybody that was there would have gone through. It is a bit, isn't it?
There are still people here.
No, not in present day Shambhala. Just you, Kim, and a few dozen Nazis.
So...
It's like a
what
weird
the hell
ghost.
Are you talking about then? And what happened to you? Why are you all... flaky?
Flaky?
Ah, well...
He looks like a special effect from the 80s.
When I used the original key back in the monastery, it transported me to Shambhala. But the Shambhala of the past. It seems when the key was constructed...
Taylor Swift concert in Vienna cancelled. We don't tickets for cancelled. Yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah, I did hear about that. That somebody, yeah.
I don't begin to understand how any of this works. But believe me when I say that...
That somebody did, was doing something. So we don't know much. I don't know if much has come out about it yet, but I've heard about that, yeah.
Morphogenetic fields.
Providing it a name implies an explanation for something inexplicable, but yes, if you like, morphogenetic fields. The High Priests described Shambhala as the heart of the world, but in truth, it's more
Obviously
like
something similar happened here.
Want to see it in a
No, that was in...
scientific light,
That wasn't here, was it? It was in...
suppose you could say
That was in
the
Paris,
energy
wasn't it?
of this place is
That's someone
what
else's.
constitutes the life force of every living creature throughout time. Just as every single person has a soul that makes him the person that he is.
Was it? I'm trying to remember now.
Has a soul that makes the species
There was that thing where obviously somebody attacked a thing.
the sum of all that.
It's horrendous as well, because obviously a lot of that will be families and young, young
Would
kids
you
and
be
stuff like
shocked
that.
if I said this was all a little over my head?
Anyway, yeah, it's
I've been here for days and I still don't understand it. I don't believe we'll ever...
It's one of those things where you kind of wonder what's going through someone's mind,
Just
what's causing
take
that
it
kind
as
of...
fact. There is an energy here, an imperceptible energy
Kind of
that
mindset.
binds us all.
How imperceptible exactly?
Well,
Say for everyone. No, absolutely. It's better if people just don't go to it. Absolutely. It's better if they cancel. They can reschedule. They can reschedule it and give them tickets for another time, or give people their money back.
But the energy fields explain a lot more than that. Think about
End of the day, it's
natural
better.
instincts or phenomena such as mass
It's better not to go and
They're all the result of the ebb and flow of those subconscious links.
I know that potentially it makes it feel like those people have kind of
But what does it
got what they
actually
wanted
mean
out of
on a
that, but
practical level?
yeah.
Are we in danger?
Fenton, imagine the heart of
Fenton.
Shambhala as a gigantic archive, a pool of everything people have ever researched, discovered, or developed.
If you say so, mate. His hat's floating.
That's a yes then.
It is.
Yeah, they would, either that, as I say, or they would get tickets for another time. Reschedule the whole thing, potentially.
And the Countess knows that.
But it's not just that.
Once they know they've dealt with it. The guy from that concert allegedly contacted with the security guy from the concert. Well, yeah, I mean, these kind of people usually have some kind of contact, some kind of way in.
Future.
Unfortunately. You would hope that, that when vetting security you manage to find people like that and get them out, but it's difficult because obviously that kind of thing can happen.
Mankind doesn't have the maturity to handle this gift.
I don't know if it's necessarily the kind of thing we should be talking about in my stream, though.
So, this field of energy ended up making the residents of Shambhala kill each other in a civil war?
Correct.
How?
Imagine understanding everything, instantly. The spirit of a person would be subjected to extraordinary strain. They simply
Or
couldn't
anybody's,
cope.
to be honest with you, probably.
There are darker forces at work.
But yeah, it's a terrible situation,
Archive
and
is not limited to
hopefully
discoveries
nobody,
and
hopefully nothing
inventions.
happens to anybody.
It represents the entirety
Hopefully
of
they can
the
stop
human
it.
condition. Jealousy, envy, hate. These define the human species just as much as learning or understanding, and have a corresponding influence here in Shambhala.
There's a lot of talking here.
But as I said,
There's a lot of talking in this
it's not
situation.
something we can easily understand.
Okay, fine. So we just wait for the
But
Countess
hopefully,
to
it'll be,
open the
hopefully
center.
they'll sort it all out. They'll stop
I'll dash
stop
in,
anything
grab
from
Kim,
happening, and
Then we sit back and watch while they all kill each other.
everyone will be all right.
You're absolutely right.
But
In my time, Fenton, the surviving priests are preparing to leave Shambhala.
In his
for good.
time, he said he'd been only there a
In
few
order to
days.
protect the heart from misuse,
In his
they're performing
time,
a ceremony that will set up a force field around it.
how long has he been missing
Will
for?
allow only the bearer of a certain amulet.
Did
to
I miss
pass
how long
through.
he'd been missing for at the start of the
After
game?
the ceremony, the amulet will be divided into
He said he'd just been there a few days.
and hidden in the temples of 3 priest castes who once
Oh
ruled
god, we're gonna have to find 3 temples?
hey, even better. The Nazis won't get past square one.
Probably not.
No, they've begun to plant explosives. The field is maintained in your time by a series of plinths. It would take
Plinths?
a great deal of power, but they
Yeah.
may be able to destroy them. We have to stop them, Fenton. They may not be
We have
able
to stop
wield
them.
the power of Shambhala, but if the energy of this place is disrupted,
Hopefully
in
there's
any
something that
way,
melts
it
their face
could
off
have
at the end of the game or
catastrophic
something, like
effects for
Indiana
every living
Jones.
creature on the planet.
Like Raiders of the Lost
We must
Ark.
act quickly.
Looks like they've melted his face off already.
I thought you were stuck in the past.
You're right. But you won't find the 3 amulet pieces without my help. If
Ah.
I understand it correctly, our times are now synchronized. We can communicate, but we cannot cross the boundary.
I've only got
In my time, the
Few
priests
flavours
are just
left.
now performing the
There you go, we'll get a
ceremonies
blue
over
one
the
again.
force field. So the amulet has not yet been hidden, and I have no
knowing how
idea
horrendous
where
that was
it was
yesterday.
placed. But that doesn't mean to say
I can drink
can't
and-
look for it.
And what am I supposed
The only
to
thing
do
with the
with
drinking at
thing
the same
when I
time is it
find
might water it down.
You will have to use the power
The effect of the sour
source to
sweet.
drive off the Nazis.
As in the source that sends anyone who goes anywhere near it doolally. That source. Is there a plan B?
Don't worry. Once you find the dragon amulet, I will help you control it.
Okay,
Ooh.
let's do it.
I couldn't agree more.
Not really, it's still
The
there.
future of the world
Oh,
is in our hands.
might make it worse. We're up to chapter 7. Oh,
Looks like I'm on my own again. I'm still not sure I've got a handle on all
Whoa.
this. 10,000 years ago, the residents of Shambhala all kill each other, save for a few priests who escape the civil war. Shortly after that,
that's a rough one.
Richard crash lands here and convinces those
What,
priests to
10,000
invoke
years
a
ago?
force
Wait.
field around the center to protect it. Now the Countess, along with her troops and Kim, are in the center of Shambhala.
Priests from
ready
10,000
to
years
blow
ago
the
are making
bloody
force
thing up.
fields.
And surprise, surprise, I'm the only one that can stop them.
The guy's son didn't
I need
disappear
3
10,000 years
pieces
ago.
of some amulet to
Wanted
harness
to
the
be able to
power
get it
of
when
the
you'd have that
source
extreme sourness
and
for too long.
somehow make everything
alright.
okay again. That's Richard's plan, in any case. I'll probably
Once you get the
just
coating off, they're not
wander
too bad,
around
you know.
breaking things until something interesting happens.
Right. So we can switch over to Richard as well.
If in doubt, break things.
Yeah, but you can't break things. You don't have anything to break things with. There's some discs, a stone pedestal
It's seen better days.
with an indentation on it. We've got some discs.
Different sized discs. The pedestal in the middle has similar symbols.
Different
Brute
sized
force
disc.
won't move these things.
Need something to move those with. Alright, let's try going out this door then.
An underground river. I'm a strong swimmer, but I don't think I'd be able to fight the current.
That could be a problem. But so the idea is if we switch to Richard, he can do stuff that I can't.
I don't think I can move it.
Very happy about that. Cost you 100 points. No, it's fine. I'm perfectly happy with it.
I suppose I ought to check through it, just in case.
I'm perfectly happy with it.
Just about the only thing here even remotely sanitary is this nut.
He's got a nut. Got some faces. See, that stone slab was off, obviously, in the other bit. That's broken.
I should be able to lift this.
Well, that's his key. He broke his key.
I wonder if I can take the gears out. The wooden one comes away easily enough, but the other...
So I've taken away a wooden gear. It's a thing. What about here? Oh look, this is like a path here. Now with him there was, wait a minute, go back to him. There's stones there in the river. I wonder if we could move these maybe as Richard? To make like a stepping stone path? Refunded?
They're lying loose.
What? What do you mean? Or maybe, oh, maybe that stops the water from building up, possibly. That'll let me, if I switch to him now, so because he's done that in the past, it's cleared the thing, and we can now go up here to this room. And some pebbles. Can we have them?
I'll take some with me.
Take some pebbles! What else do we have? We've got a stone pillar.
It's been here for thousands of years. It's too strong for me to shift.
I can't shift that pillar, but can Richard shift the pillar maybe? Oh, it's just a stalagmite there now, look. Can we get rid of the stalagmite?
It's too sturdy to break off with bare hands.
We break off the stalagmite in the past.
I can most likely pull it out. I'll take the chain as well.
Then I can maybe use the post to break off the stalagmite, maybe?
Strictly speaking, one isn't supposed to interfere with these things, but something is telling me to do otherwise. I think I'll just break them off. I hope no one notices.
Break off the stalagmite, yeah. Apparently we're just going to do that, because they've not formed, obviously, fully yet, so... What about the one above as well? I'm just going to break off the one above too. That's a lot of years of development. Let's have a look. So now Fenton can go in here.
Looks like the Countess and her men have set up camp in the center. There's Kim.
Okay, so they're there. Let's have a look. What are they doing to them?
Well, any news?
See what Richard does.
Well, Countess, we could not discover a way out of the caves, but we haven't yet examined every corner.
And Paddock?
No trace.
Okay.
I don't know where I am, okay.
Perhaps the idiot fell over the edge when we arrived here.
It'd be funny if you missed out
No
on the road,
matter,
it cost
we
you
have
100 points.
other
Oh, I know,
concerns to
I was just
tend to.
joking.
Prepare the
I knew what you
explosives.
meant, yeah.
I'm quite sure a
I
small
could
detonation
refunded it,
will
said
be
you were
enough
happy.
to disrupt the force
Refund,
field.
refunded. I get what you
You're
mean, I
welcome.
understand what you mean now, yeah. The suggestion was you can give me
I
my
need to
points
shift
back,
these ropes, but the Countess
but now
is
I don't
keeping
have to give you a
close eye on
refund,
me.
I understand. Alright, so we got a table.
I could definitely reach the table with my leg and give it a kick.
Mm-hmm.
The Countess would notice it immediately. Maps, documents, and a glass bottle.
Bud?
I need to find the 3 parts of the dragon amulet. Fast.
To find the 3 parts of the dragon amulet. What's in here with Richard if he goes in here?
This is the central hub of Shambhala.
It's where the priests
It's
are.
hard to fathom, but these priests are conducting a ceremony that will construct a force field around the world's soul that will still be in place by the time Fenton arrives in around...
So how did he go back 10,000 years in the past? I got you.
Told them about the Nazi attack on the
I
monastery.
did, I understood kind of what you meant,
They
yeah.
decided this was the best course of action. Perhaps the dying monk gave me that key because he knew it would send me into the past. The
He got sent into the
priests needed
past.
to know the threat so they could prepare for an emergency like this.
What have we got here? We've got a square stone. Pick that up. Hmm. Doesn't seem like there was much else there for Richard. What about for Fenton? There's some crystals.
I'll grab the crystals.
We probably don't need to go this way. There's another room up there on the right. Maybe we can go there, or maybe we can... Do you think we can use any of the stuff that we found? In any of this stuff? Stone
These
heads.
heads are carved in one piece, right out of the rock. Even after all these years, they're in perfect condition. They must have had some special significance. Old deities, perhaps? Might have looked more distinguished if they'd bothered to close their gobs.
I would suggest that there's something you're supposed to do with the mouths of these things, right? We got 3 crystals. We got some pebbles as well. Pop a pebble in the mouth. If there's holes, there must be some reason.
Let's see if feeding these guys.
I'll let you
gets me
explain it and
anywhere.
fell for it. Yeah. It's alright.
There's a gear missing.
So, okay. Feeding a pebble into that thing's mouth will turn the gears. Now, he's taken the gear away. So let's go back here with Richard. We took the gear out. Can we do anything else? Can we put the stone in there? Put the stone on the pedestal. Well, that'll get worn down.
I don't think I can move it.
Oh wait, can we maybe make...
I'll place the stone directly under the dripping water.
So that by the time this has gone forward in time, it'll be worn down like the gear that we needed for there. It's not exactly the same, but maybe that'll work.
A hollowed out block of stone.
Mm-hmm. Maybe if I have a look at them first.
The drive's missing a gear.
Yeah, so if we put the hollow stone in there... No? Because... Oh, it's not exactly the same, is it? There has to be a way we can wear that down. I'm just trying to think what else we could do. Maybe there's something else we can do. We've got a nut. We use the nut for something. I'm just trying to think. I don't think we've got anything more we can do there. Maybe we try... Let's try going with Richard, see what else is around. What about in this room at the back then?
So, where to? I'm currently in the northern cave.
Oh.
And the 2 other temples are in the southwest and the southeast. It
Got
must be
lava.
200 degrees in here.
It's 200 degrees! What have we got here? Actually don't see anything. Let me go back to here first. There must be something we can use in here. I feel like there must be something. There's a torch. There must be something more we have to do in that room with the thing. I mean, that room's full of lava, so I guess we can probably... Maybe the worst thing to do is still in. Okay, certain jokes. At least didn't get the sarcasm. I understand. I get you. Yeah, I think Lynn was in the other night. She was in yesterday. She's been away. I think she was away not long ago again. We can light this with maybe the lava if we lower it in. So maybe if I lower it in with the torch. Can I lower that into the lava maybe? Get a lit torch.
Yes, that works.
Just trying to think here. We've now got a burning torch. Let's check. There's something we need to do there. A mound of soil.
The soil's just too hard to dig.
So then can he do something with the soil, maybe? He can use the torch on the soil to, like, melt it down a bit? Don't know. You might have missed her. Yeah, she was in last night.
A mound of...
There's a mound of stones and earth there.
The soil's rather compacted. I can't just pull it away with my fingernails.
Can we smack it with this metal pole that we got rid of the stalactite with? Stalagmite, whatever it was, I can't remember now. Yeah, Lynn was in the other night. But she was away, over, I think, for a few days. At like a...
I've loosened it with the pole. Saving the world is no
like
excuse
a
for me to get my
festival
hands
sort of thing, I
dirty.
think.
I'll try to shift some of this soil.
Can shift this dirt. What's in here? A coffin, that was well hidden.
I can pull it away rather easily, though not without dirtying myself a little. Still,
It's only mud. He's quite right.
there's a layer of protective paint on the lock.
And the cool thing is actually if you get paid a new mobile phone case, it costs $10 and you got tipped $10 at work. Nice! So you basically got it free. Can we melt the lock off the coffin
I
maybe?
can't break open the lock, but perhaps I can burn off some of the paint.
Oh, which should then mean that it's broken in the future because it's worn down over time.
Looks like this coffin once had an iron lock on it. It's completely rusted through now. Maybe I can get it open.
What's in there?
Got it. The coffin's open. I really
What's in
hope
it?
grave
Just
robbing
tell me what's in
will
it.
be the pinnacle of my less than
Grave robbing is
normal
pretty cool.
activities.
That is good, yeah. Some
I
good
hate
timing
to
on
think
that.
how I'd go about besting it. The body's rotted to the bone.
We've nicked a bone.
I have the most unsettling desire to
Maybe we
take
shouldn't have done
one
that.
with me.
What else can we do here? Let's have a look at Richard again. He's got to change things in the past. Let's see what's down here.
This is the Temple of Light.
What have we got here? We've got that, but we can't have it. There's a recess there. There's icicles. Grab an icicle. A tub. We've got a recess. So will that tub, over time, over 10,000 years, the icicle will melt?
I'll leave the icicle here.
Maybe. I don't know. It'll be water. You didn't pay a penny for it, nice. Or, well, it'll actually be like a big thing of,
I should be able to melt
a big
the icicle,
lens of
and the
ice.
tub will be full of water.
When we go back, maybe. Put that in there, that'll keep that.
I'll immerse the gear in the water.
If I put the gear, I'm just thinking, if I put this gear in the water, then it'll freeze. And when it freezes, it'll be properly, it'll be properly, what am I thinking, saying, preserved. So then if he goes there...
According to Richard, there are two more. There's one in the southeast and one in the southwest.
If I go here...
This place is free. I've got to crack on and find the amulet piece.
We'll find this in there.
It's frozen solid. I can't get a grip to pull it out.
Smash it up with a bone. No? What else have we got here? There's these recesses. 1, 2.
There's a recess in the wall here. There's a bright beam of light shining straight onto it.
Light? Well, crystals are usually affected by light, right?
This crystal looks like a good fit.
Crystals are usually affected by light. Some mobile phones, don't know if you know that, you've got a case cover for the front so you can actually open it. Yeah, you got that for your fold. Yeah, I usually prefer that kind myself. Just so that the screen's a bit more protected, you know. So my phone has a sort of something like that. Okay, and there's another recess there that I wouldn't have seen without putting those crystals in the other two holes. And we did have 3 crystals, so
Let's
I had
fit
to go
this
somewhere.
crystal in here. Let's see what happens. Ah, fantastic. The light's melting the ice.
The ice is melting. Tailpiece of the Dragon Amulet. We've got a bit of the Dragon Amulet. Front thing you can open, it's got a few slots. Yeah, mine's got that. My phone case, so it's a bit worn down now, to be honest, but mine's got that. It's got like a couple of slots for like credit cards or whatever, you know, other cards, I guess. We still need to get that somehow. I wonder if there's anything else. Oh, if we tied the chain to this, it should make it easier to pull out.
I'm not entirely sure why I'm doing this.
We-
I know how Fenton must feel all the time.
We should be able to pull that out, I think.
I'm sure this isn't just a spontaneous urge.
With Fenton, we should now be able to pull that out of the tub, I would imagine.
Just like
A similar
an
one,
ice
but in
lolly.
blue/turquoise. Yeah.
One good heft on the chain
Mine's
and-
really badly worn down now, to be honest. I need a replacement case. But I'm probably going to have to replace my phone at some point soon anyway, so... now we can
Got it.
melt that ice by going into that other room, surely.
And I was complaining about the heat in the desert. This is one of the 3 temples that hold the pieces of the Dragon Amulet. There don't seem to be that many places it could be hiding. But then, I am
Something's
a
got to go in
master
these
of
2 things.
underestimating tasks.
But maybe what we should do is dip this in the lava.
Not even if I was really...
No? Well, what do we do then? I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, what's happened is mine is a
Let's see if we
Huawei
can't
phone.
thaw this thing out. I'd better
That's
not
quite
leave
old.
it down
I can't
there
even
too
remember what
long.
model it is.
At 1,000 degrees, the line between thawing
It was a pretty decent one at the
and
time
incinerating
that I got
is
it,
pretty
but
fine.
now it's a pretty old model. I can't even remember what model it is now, to be honest. I might be able to find out. About my phone. Thank you. It's a P30 Lite, so it's not. It wasn't like a
It worked.
top of the line one, but
The key
it's
has been
all right.
preserved in perfect condition.
It's done what I've wanted it to do for as long as I've had it for. To be fair, I rarely I don't use my phone that much. I don't use it very much at all. Hold on. Go back a minute. That other stone we had with like a hole in it. This one. Can I lower that down?
Okay.
I'm just trying to think if that got filled with that, maybe we can. There's like a recess there. If we could collect some lava in
Not
that.
even if I was...
Come on. Every time I click on the lava with the thing, it takes away the fact that I'm trying to use the item on the lava.
That should work. The chain's long enough. And the stone should
That was
hold the
pretty.
lava
It's
without
been a pretty
melting.
decent phone for me, but I rarely use my phone, as I say. Some people can't put their phone away. I hardly ever use it. To listen to music when I'm out and about, or make phone calls mainly. Nowadays. I'll watch most things on the computer.
There it is. A cup full of lava.
So if we put that in there, that'll heat that up, maybe.
That's it. The statue's moving. Looks like we're in business.
Kind of, but it looks like there's still something more we probably have to do. Let's take Richard to this room. There's some symbols on here. 27 out of
If
55.
I'm not mistaken, this sign
About halfway,
symbolizes
just over halfway. Or just less than halfway. Symbolizes death,
This sign stands for fire or heat.
fire,
This is the symbol for life.
life. So if we put dirt and a nut in there.
As this bowl represents life, damp earth, I'm not sure we're quite there yet, though.
The nut will account for life as well, won't it? because it's a living thing.
Plant the nut in the earth.
If that's death on the
Perhaps this
left-hand
will be a
side, we've got
sufficient
heat.
Sacrifice for life.
So death would be the bone, surely. We switch back over. That's got that growing out of it, and then if we put the bone in the left-hand side, does that get me what I need?
Let's see what happens when I place the bone in this bowl. The bone didn't look that heavy.
No, it
Maybe
wasn't,
I
was it?
actually did something right.
Maybe.
A piece of the amulet.
Amulet! Take it. We got the body piece of the amulet. Okay.
It's a piece of the dragon amulet.
So now we've got two pieces of the drag. Can I combine those?
Fits.
They're combined. So the only other piece we need then is in here. In this room. And now that I've got the gear, I should be able to stick it in there.
Almost like it was meant to be.
Now I would imagine we're needing to line up these things somehow. I wonder, that thing with feeding pebbles to these. Let's try this first one. See what it does. Does it move something? Oh yeah, it moves quite a few of them.
Aha.
Okay.
Feeding stones to these guys.
You don't use your
makes
phone
the
either for that
pieces on
much.
the floor move.
Had your iPhone 14 Pro Max, great phone. You had like an average 4 or 5 hours daily screen time. Now with your Fold 2, which is also a great device. You're not less satisfied at nearly 2 hours. Yeah, I mean it's not. Let me just try that. It's not that I don't necessarily like to use things. It's just that I don't have any. You know, some people, as I say, obviously like to be on their phone, like all day, every day. You know, even more than the 4 or 5 hours that you've said there. I'm wondering if I feed this end one. Because it looks like that's all lined up. These are all lined up to the center, but the other one isn't.
Ah, something opened up.
It's the last bit of the amulet. We've got the amulet.
The headpiece of the dragon amulet.
So if I combine all that, we've got the amulet.
A
Easy,
dragon.
you enjoy it very much. Love your Fold since you switched your daily usage drop down. Yeah, I mean it could be just that you're doing other things or whatever. You know, you don't feel the need to use it. You know, I don't know. So now I guess we go to the room where the bad guys are. This room. The dragon amulet, I think they
This
said,
should be
deals
fun.
with the force
Or
field.
terrifying. Hopefully both. Well, that was an anticlimax.
I said to focus
What am I
the.
doing wrong?
I'm impressed.
Oh,
Richard, I put the amulet back together.
I said we're supposed to use that to deal with the bad
Something
guys.
supposed to be happening.
Yeah.
The amulet allows its bearer to breach the force
Also, I have to, like,
field
walk
access
in
the
with it?
heart of Shambhala. Use your imagination, Fenton. Think about how the morphogenetic fields work. They are a part
Morphogenetic fields are part of everyone here.
I liked you more when you didn't talk in
Yeah, I don't really understand what you're telling me,
You
mate.
control this energy. You control everything it is a part of.
I'd have to go down
Let
there.
Your thoughts, your feelings take control.
You're more aware of what you do on your phone.
Thoughts into
Yeah, maybe.
action.
But... Richard?
Great.
To be honest, I've never been,
Thoughts
you know, like,
action, thoughts into
I don't
action.
really play any sort of mobile games on my phone. It's more usually music when I'm out and
Christ. Why does
that
this
kind of
remind
thing.
me
Maybe
of
watching a
Professor
video.
Hayes' dragon story? I do like dragons.
I do like dragons. I like dragons. It's like the I like turtles guy. I like turtles. It's just a noise. Are we actually going to get a dragon to attack them? Is that what's going to happen? Are we going to make a dragon come and get them? Kill the bad guys with a dragon. We've imagined a dragon. Is it going to be more than one? It's got a big horn on its head. Right in the middle, look. It's an interesting dragon.
Lieutenant, control your men.
Control your men.
This is all an elaborate illusion. They are in no danger but from themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. What's she doing?
This is my chance. I've got to get free before they get organized.
So what we're going to do, kick that, which will get us something. Oh, we smashed a glass bottle. Or maybe we can use the glass to cut the bonds. Can we? How are we going to do that? We sit down and like...
That's it. I've pulled some of the glass towards me.
Let's
Alright.
do this thing.
Oh look, we're back to Fenton again. Attack the bad guys with fire. What's happened there? They've all turned into... let's kill that platform as well.
The odds are on my side now.
What's happened to them?
I think the odds are on my side now.
Alright, well,
I think the
are we
odds
done?
are on my side now.
What are we supposed to do here?
Yes, let's push them a little further.
Push them a little further?
I think the odds... Yes, let's push them a little further.
How do we push them a little further?
The best
Attack
thing
the
I can
center.
do for Kim now is deal with the rest of the soldiers.
Deal with the soldiers? But I tried and it's not letting me. Oh wait, I need to use the amulet on the platform. That's why, not just click the platform. They all fell off. We all fall down.
Got to get free.
Pick up the glass. Cut yourself free. We almost dealt with them. It's like half of her army are gone. You don't wear a smartwatch since you switched. Not that you didn't like your Apple Watch, but you enjoy the silence. Don't get anything on your wrist, and maybe it's better. Yeah, I had a smartwatch for a while, and then I kind of instead decided to go with a...
I need
go back to having just a regular watch.
Quickly.
There are still 2 Nazi units out there.
Aim it there. Get rid of all the bad guys. So yeah, no. And then the same again, I guess we just do that. Get rid of all the guys on the platforms. What's here? What's next?
Don't move. It is all just a figment of the imagination.
All the ones that just fell off the side
Lieutenant,
are too
we
late for
end
that,
this
aren't
party trick now. Follow me. We will detonate the explosives.
Oh no.
Once we control the heart of Shambhala, we will put an end to this spectacle.
Just gonna blow the place up. Who knows, maybe you can imagine getting yourself a Samsung smartwatch at some point. Who knows? You never know. Yeah.
Ah, the
Might be
girl
something you're
arises.
into, you know.
Given up waiting for your boyfriend to save you?
He's not my boyfriend.
Regardless, you must realize one thing. We have arrived in Shambhala.
We have, aye.
Your usefulness no longer protects you.
Alright, cool.
It is time for you to die.
Oh. It's not looking like it's going to go so well for this person, I'll be honest. What have we got here? Aggressive attack, cautious attack. What? Let's go with a cautious attack. You've not arrived and you're in no way an obstacle to the story. Shouldn't be. The game's about... I think we're pretty much at the end here. Get away.
Soon it will
We're just
all
walking
be
away.
over.
Just run away. You probably won't be, because I think we're at the end of the game. Just keep running away. Just keep getting away. Oh nice, we get to slide down a big thing, look. Oh no, but now we're on a... I've got nowhere to go.
Would you mind putting up more of a fight?
No.
That can be
Maybe a
arranged.
tough one, an outdoor
I
one.
saw
One that
you
you don't need to
die.
worry might break of any slight bump or so. Yeah, that's probably... Maybe we should have gone aggressive. After all, we are kind of trapped. She's got a gun. She's got a gun. Now what do we do? I feel like she was jumping backwards into the lava before we fired that gun. I'll be honest with you.
Are you okay?
I'm
What was
alive.
this game made of?
I think.
What's with the kung fu? I didn't know you.
I'll
kicked
tell you
ass.
just now.
Why didn't you pull that out sooner?
There's a lot about me that you don't know.
So I'm beginning to realize. Maybe that's something we can work on.
You'd like that, wouldn't you, Paddock?
Oh, apparently
Kim.
there's a book.
You know I would.
Lost Horizon. Developed by Animation
I
Arts.
don't
Came
mean
out
to break
in
up the moment,
2010.
but it's time for me
So
to
it's about
say
14
goodbye.
years old.
What do you mean?
But yeah, it was,
I've
because
made
it's
my
a
decision.
point-and-click adventure
I'm
game,
gonna
so it's
stay
not going to be
here
actual
till
fighting.
last.
But why?
It's just that
I've
there's a
seen a
there's a
great many
fight
things
sequence,
here
obviously,
that I
that yeah,
never
is
would have
scripted, because
believed.
it is just a point-and-click adventure game. It's not a
I wound up in
it's not a
Shambhala.
fighting game as such, or a
Whatever you want to call
action
it,
game,
there's a
you know.
great power that connects every living being throughout time and space. I don't begin to understand it.
I mean, we could choose
but I
different
do know
options
it
there,
wants
but I
me to
felt like
help
just,
protect
I
it.
don't know, running away seemed more
Humanity is
interesting.
nowhere near ready for
Sorry
a
about pan
miracle
since it's
like
scripted
this.
with code.
I
I
wonder
get
if when
you.
you
I
return
suppose,
to your
yeah,
time,
it has
you
been
do
regardless.
everything you
Well,
can
whichever
to
way
keep
you
this
look at it,
secret
it has
secret.
been.
Promise me.
Done.
Thank you, Fenton. And thank you for coming after me. I
Whichever way you
know
look
how
at
much
it, it
you've
has been
been through.
scripted, that's true.
I'll never forget it.
We could choose different
You've really thought this
ways to
through.
do it, I suppose, but
Yes, I have. One day you'll understand.
we found Richard, but he's
I
dead.
think understanding is more your bag.
Mainly because
I'll do my
somehow
best to get
he
my head
appeared
around it.
10,000 years in the past
I'll
when
make
he
sure
got
the
there.
governor knows you're safe.
So he's been dead
Thank
an
you.
awfully long time.
I have to go now.
I'm no good at soppy. You know that.
Just look after yourselves, okay?
Take care, Richard.
Richard's gone.
What on earth just happened?
Mm.
Where did Richard go?
I'm not entirely
He went
sure.
10,000 years in the past. Now he's
I'll
dead.
Try to explain on the way home.
He's been dead.
So that's it?
Yeah, when he went through the portal,
World save, catastrophe
for whatever
averted?
reason, he ended up 10,000
You're
years in
not
the
even a little
past.
bit interested
So
to
now when we've
understand the
arrived in
great
the present
secrets of the
day,
universe?
he's been long dead.
Nah, overrated. I'm more worried about how the
I
hell
guess
we get
possibly
back
because it
home.
had something to do with the age of the amulet, possibly, or when the last
so you've
time
been
the amulet
halfway
was
around
used.
the world just to get here, and you're
Maybe,
going home
I don't know.
empty-handed?
Am I?
He's awfully presumptuous, this guy.
You think you're pretty cool, don't you, Fenton Paddock?
Not with a name like
You're
that.
saying you don't.
The end! We've reached the end. So yeah, you're definitely not in any way an obstacle to the story. What are we going to do for the next 2 hours? There you go. A game made by Animation Arts. Lost Horizon. We never ever found that horizon. We never ever found the horizon. Let me, time to speedrun some GeoGuessr. Goal is 17,500. Let me just quit this game.
Now available in the main menu.
A bonus area is available in the main menu. I don't see a bonus area. Oh, bonus. Wait a minute, there's a bonus area. Hang on, there's a bonus area, look. Bonus. Oh, we can play the puzzles and fight the final battle, look. Look, we can change we can change the final battle. Let's see what happens if we just go aggressive. I didn't expect that at all. Let's just go aggressive. See how that ends. Kicked her in the face.
I'm the one you need to worry about.
Always with the witticisms, you people. Can't you take something seriously just once?
Never.
But it makes
Go
it
aggressive
so
again.
much
Let's see what
more
happens.
fun, don't you think?
And then we'll do the GeoGuessr as well. Any particular maps? Just do the same again, the Scottish Cities one. Go aggressive.
Surprise,
Full
Princess?
aggressive. Let's see what happens.
A lucky hit, that's all.
I'm just gonna get killed by crates. You first fight, you had a third time to retreat. What happens if you retreat by lava? I don't know, that's what I'm
Are you
wondering.
okay?
I don't have to go
alive.
through the
What's
whole
with the
conversation,
There's
do
a
I?
lot about me that you don't.
So I'm beginning to realize.
Do I have to go through that whole conversation again?
Richard?
We have to go through the whole conversation again.
I'll
skip all that.
You,
Yeah,
I'm just.
We'll skip all that. Yeah, I am wondering what would happen with that other retreat option. Maybe we should try it. I'll have to do the retreat options again, though.
So that's it.
Do I have to go through the credits again? We'll skip the end of the conversation there.
So you've been halfway around.
Going home empty-handed. He is. Can I just hit escape and go out of this? No. Do Swedish cities for the job. I'm never going to get that, am I?
You think you're pretty.
You're saying you don't?
It's absolutely guaranteed that I'll never do it. Yeah, the end. I don't think there'd be a single chance that I would manage to do it. To get that kind of score. Yeah, but probably not. But we'll try. That's what you want, we'll give it a try. Alright, let me just close this game down and sort some stuff out first, and then we'll